we are.
Well, you should have
officially
brought those up 4 years ago.
I did.
And yeah,
And look where it got us.
I am Twitch.
A successful career.
This has been
Successful.
successful.
that's streaming, and then it says offline. Make up your mind. Twitch. There we go.
Which
So
is
go
bad.
to the Twitch.
Are you
Dots.
seeing some trials of meta?
I see
I
something
see
related.
trailers.
Yeah.
Goggle boggle woggle.
All right, we are
All right.
back and we are live.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
no,
really
it's-
fucking hate it.
We have
Damn,
finally given up and let mana come back.
Gogglebox.
Why?
single
After like
one
a
blast.
month and a half.
It was
I think it was
not
like
that
3
long.
weeks.
Was it that long? Holy
I
It
mean,
was like
we
3
had-
weeks.
No, we had. Okay, well, I guess we did have.
I was
like, a
gone
couple
for
of
the last
doubles
two.
in
What
there.
did you guys do in my stead? I know we took 1 week off.
We took
because
1
everything
week off.
sucked.
Last week we did Mortal Kombat 1.
Oh, right. Yeah. How'd that
Technically
go? I'm
offline.
kind of excited to see that mod.
I mean, it'll come up soon enough, but it was dumb. the
I was
Mortal
in there.
Kombat-
I was in there
actually
just
teased.
long enough to scream that there weren't enough ninjas.
and you know what? The ninjas really picked up after you left.
God damn it!
Like it was an entirely ninja-based
Awesome.
story.
Amazing.
There was a ninja
Perfect.
wedding. I'm not even exaggerating.
Was Triborg there?
No, but you did get the other. You got 2 other robots.
And fuck
The
Triborg.
Ninja Wedding was the first 5 minutes of the game. What are you talking about?
I think Fanboy quit right before we got going.
Yeah, I came in just long enough to yell at you because you were just having like fake Superman fight other fake Superman.
Yeah, that was it. And then we got into
Oh,
the
yeah.
actual story, which starts with a ninja wedding.
Okay,
then-
so
then-
Like,
leads to a
I
ninja
just need to
kidnapping.
I just need to talk about Triborg long enough to say that I love that Triborg is called Triborg, but he's for cyborgs.
that's fake and
Rude.
wrong.
And also, it was difficult
I have
to select the
Quad
fourth one.
board.
I have to make a wild guess here. One fake Superman was Omni-Man from Invincible, right? And the
Yeah.
other
No.
fake Superman was Homelander, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, you got
God
it.
damn, I'm
you're,
good.
You're one. You're one out of that. The other one was Oh my God! Why can't I remember his name?
Peacemaker?
John Cena.
Yeah, we
He's
had
not
Peacemaker, but
Superman.
he's not a Superman.
I saw
But
him
he
for
is
like
from the
3
same
minutes, 3
universe.
seconds, so I was like, oh, that's probably the other fake Superman.
John Cena and Homelander.
John Cena's only Superman in real life. And
No,
I
no,
mean
no.
that in the nicest way possible.
With the eagle.
Ba-da-ba.
Yeah, no, I love Peacemaker. I've seen that show. It's
Thank you,
my
that
absolute
one.
favorites.
I just couldn't remember that. I'm bad with words today.
That's totally fine.
The brain
Uh,
farts.
Most of us
like-
are bad with words most days.
Yeah, that's pretty normal. So
You're giving away
fucking
my-
Zelda Echoes of Wisdom.
I knew there was going to be Zelda discussion tonight.
I
Well,
like
no one
it.
wants to talk about this game.
No, fuck this game. I
It hasn't even
like
started.
the art style. I like the visuals. I like the story. I like the fact that we're finally playing as Zelda. I like the puzzles. I like the overworld. I like the dungeons. I fucking hate the echoes. It
Seems
is
like a problem in a game called Echoes of Wisdom.
It really fucking is. There's so much I like about the game, and the fact that the core gameplay conceit just pisses me off, kind of kills me. I've seen some of the discussion on Talking Time, Bane of all people. That one forum. Sorry, used the incorrect name.
Time for Gogglebob to do some bleeping.
Yes, yes. Go and
Actually, wait,
bleep.
before you go any further, did we determine exactly who we're playing as? You wanted a werewolf.
Yeah, Wolfman is required.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me there was a sexy lady.
Which one's the sexy lady?
All of them.
The one with the
Wow.
purple hair.
We got a
Obviously the one with the
knight, we
purple
got a
hair.
wizard, we got a moppet, we got a werewolf, we got a thief.
The one wearing the
and we
bunny
got
suit,
Wonder
for
Woman.
God's sake, man. I gotta spell out everything for you.
A Muppet?
The moppet.
The
Which
Moppet.
one looks like a bunny suit to you?
The Muppet.
I
would
think it's the
assume
one on the bottom
Angela on
left.
the
Bottom left.
Yeah.
Obviously. She's missing the ears, but
Oh, well,
one
that's
does
the one
what
I
one
said
can.
with the purple hair. But okay, yeah, no, I get it now. I'm with you.
Thank you.
All right, so,
So
we've got
Like
determined
missing a rabbit.
most
Got
of
it.
this.
we got werewolf and wizard.
Do
Where
they
was
have names or like?
Werewolf is
They
Kevin
do.
apparently,
Incredible name.
Oh,
and I
Name
believe
him
our
Terrence.
wizard is Angela, And then we've got our choices of Knight, Thief.
We'll get another bite at this apple when we get to the remake of this game.
Well, what I
Okay.
was planning on doing is when we do the various remakes is to pick up wherever the previous one left off.
Very cool. Oh, hi, Mags. As always,
So-
you are welcome in chat if you wish to join. Or you're already in chat. Voice chat. You know what
An
the fuck I
animal
mean.
fact quesadillas. I don't feel like that's an animal.
It might be.
Choose the last one.
The
Night-
tiny one.
Knight, Thief. Okay,
Muppet.
Muppet.
The Muppet. The Muppet.
The tiny one.
The tiny one.
Good
People have
shot.
spoken, Goggle Bob. We demand tiny.
We got the tiny one.
We need somebody that can fit inside a bread box.
So we got
Finally,
a werewolf, a
representation
black
for us
wizard.
5'4" guys.
We got a werewolf, a black wizard, and a white wizard.
That's
Nice.
actually a pretty well balanced party, to be fair.
None of those words are in the Bible or in War and Peace. You're failing on both counts.
I think War and Peace had like an entire section on werewolves, so I don't know what you're
What the
talking
fuck up?
I do feel like it would be better if it had a section on werewolves.
about. What do you think
I
the
never
war
read
is
it.
about?
It's war, not where.
Oh, my wife just got home. I'll be right back.
Hi, wife.
War 2.
So, do they all look like jesters, or?
No, there's one jester in this entire game. We're just starting with him.
Mm.
The werewolves, yeah, see, he's like straight up, who are you? And the
I
jester
love being in the kingdom of Ferolia, where werewolves would obviously live because it's called Ferolia.
and
Duh.
also the jester is named Gorman Death Devourer, which is just always a good sign.
That's not nightmare fuel or nothing.
You know,
Not
I'm
only
pretty
is-
sure this guy's pretty nice.
He is somehow less trustworthy than Dual Magus.
Creepy
we're
face.
gonna take a chance on this Death Devourer guy. He seems like he's on the up and up.
Gormand. He might just be a hungry boy.
And Death Devourer, like most things we eat are dead, so you know it makes sense.
Most?
I
Are you
said most.
eating things that are alive?
I'm sticking to what I said. So we've got Kevin the werewolf and his pet Carl the wolf, who is just a regular
That
wolf.
feels off-putting to have a wolf as a pet when you're already a werewolf.
I mean, we can have monkey pets.
It's
That
like
sucks
the-
too.
It's like the goofy Pluto thing.
Yeah, but even worse.
Kevin's got a great laugh animation. Oh, and
Like
Kevin's
this
got,
game's gorgeous. This
And
game's
Kevin's got a
gorgeous
great
and it has
walk,
great
too.
music, and it just fucking sucks ass to play. Like this is just not a fun action RPG.
What system is this originally for?
Super Nintendo.
I don't even
Okay.
remember playing this, but I've got like 15
Apparently you
hours
played
in
a
it.
lot of this. Jesus.
Okay, man, whatever. I'll just save it here.
Welp.
Two of these appear to be largely the same, so you're probably fine.
So Kevin's got a great walk, just to be clear. He's got like Popeye
I
starting
love
trouble.
that you didn't remember playing this. That looks like multiple endgame saves.
Just stomping around.
I mean, I remember playing this. I don't remember
Happy
playing this version. Let me put it that way. 'Cause
Multiple endgame saves.
yeah, I know that's the thing. I mean, it's just
15
trials of mana
hours,
just
is that a
blends
game?
together.
Okay, two
God,
things.
this game is so goddamn slow.
One, that is quite easily the worst walking animation I have ever
No,
seen.
that is no. That animation owns. The fact that it's so fucking slow is the problem.
Yeah,
Look at
that's
him. He's
that's what
coming
I'm
over to
getting at
start
here.
shit. Like you see a werewolf walking like,
Like, that is-
toward you.
That is the fucking animation of like Pete walking over to like beat the shit out of Mickey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really great in like that sense, but it's gonna get really old watching that be his only mode of transport. That's what I'm saying.
What are you doing, Carl?
Beat up
Level
your
1
own
howler.
dog?
Yeah, Carl is attacking us for some reason, so we got
He is a level 1 howler. This game is an action RPG and it doesn't feel like one.
I already dislike it. You have to
Is-
beat up
wait,
your own
wait.
dog.
Wait, the dog's name is Carl?
Yes. With a
With a
K.
It don't matter. None of this
Like
matters.
Marx. The
It's
dog is
Lieutenant
attempting to
Leonard
explain the
Lucy.
nature of capital to you.
Crumbs, are you sure we're not the same person?
Hey, speaking of Karl Marx, Fanboy, did you watch Warlocracy's latest yet?
I haven't. I've only seen the first few minutes, but I was enjoying it.
It's very
How
good.
many
And
hit points does this dog have? Oh my God.
all of them.
Unkillable beast.
Like, it's bad enough that you have to beat up your own dog, but holy crap.
But it takes forever too.
Yeah.
So, like
well,
this
they-
game.
I don't
Oh,
like
Lord.
dog murderers, so I don't like this game.
This game is just like I keep saying this. This is an action RPG, and it doesn't feel like one because everything just takes forever to do anything.
Can I laugh if Gogglebob dies in this
Yes.
first fight?
Yes, absolutely.
I would consider it your moral imperative.
Jiku Ryu says probably named Carl as in Carlobos as in Kerberos.
Oh, Carl Boss.
Oh.
I love Carl Boss. That's for the old game nerds, which is the only audience we have.
What
I've
was it,
only
Kid
ever
Icarus?
seen-
Was it that thing?
Man, this thing will just not stop.
Goggle Bob deserves this death.
I'm wondering if this dog is invincible.
The whole point is you were supposed to run away.
Yeah, you're not supposed
I
to
don't think
beat
there's
up
a
your
place
own
to run away
dog.
to. I think he was supposed to get his ass beat. Gonna get your ass beat nasty, embarrass your whole family.
This dog has more HP than like the final boss.
Yeah, Kerberos is the same as Cerberus.
Oh, I've only ever seen it with this C, so. And it's
Carl,
pronounced.
Carl Boss is the incredibly bad PS1 translation of FF5's version of Cerberus.
Wow, that's a.
And
That's
then
a
Let me
change.
tell you about why Burns.
with a Y, just to be clear.
Yeah, Y dash and then the word burn instead of wyvern.
Oh my god.
Okay, pretty sure I'm just gonna let myself die to my own
6
wolf
10
here.
points!
There we go. Okay, you were supposed to die. Good news.
Good news, you didn't have to beat the shit out of a dog for 5 minutes.
Nope, now I
You
turned
could've
into a
just
werewolf.
Let him kill you, jeez.
For the record, I currently have no control. This is just wolf violence happening.
Dog on wolf violence. Okay, so you died and then you re-alived and. What?
Fine.
You went.
No, Carl!
The puppy!
Carl!
I mean, we're just starting with the tragedy of kill your own dog. Good job.
I think most characters in this game start with tragedy.
Yeah, but mostly it's just like, you know, your town got taken over or burned down. Having to kill your own dog is just, I don't know. There's a level for that.
The boy transformed? No, what boy? That was not a boy.
I mean, he was male.
Nothing was the same. I think I killed my dog.
I think I killed my dog.
God, I love Ace Attorney names. Having to spend a lot of time debating the motives of a man running around with the name Excelsius Winner.
Why?
I mean, I assume that he is. That sounds like an Olympic swimmer name. Yes, I've
It
decided.
does, doesn't it?
It really does. I am now no longer watching Gogglebob's stream. I am flitting from extremely legitimate website to extremely legitimate website, trying to find Carl quotes. Just put into the chat.
You can go to WikiQuote. They have a bunch of Aquatine quotes.
Oh, that Carl.
Make sure, thinking about how my cat got like he got loose in the yard, and then he like freaked out at me.
Carl!
What are you doing
No, man.
outside? You're an inside human. Why are you out here?
Like he just would not let me pick him up, and so I just resorted to just getting a broom and just not hitting him, but like like pushing
Doing
him.
Hurting him.
Yeah,
we-
shooing.
HERD, hurting.
So,
Yeah.
incidentally, possibly against a theory of earlier, there are wolves named Cerberus here. They're the king.
Why are
wolves.
both of them named Cerberus?
The king is not very
There's
creative.
only so many dog names.
Also, like, there's 2 of them, right? So it stands to reason there'd be a
There should
third.
be at
There
least
should be
3.
a third one.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I absolutely named my 3-headed dog in Minecraft Serby,
Serby.
and then we had to restart the world. But that's okay because the new world has fucking Stargates.
Hell yeah.
Go Spa, get it?
I'm trying to remember if Gungrave, best PS2 game, and its sequel, the best PS2 sequel, established Gungrave's guns' names in the first game, so that like
In the
Fangarand-
pre-release material.
Okay, because like Gungrave is very light on plot. It's literally just, hey,
I was following Gungrave before it came out because I saw like one piece of key art and thought it was the coolest fucking thing I'd ever seen.
and you were right to. That was a correct assessment. I was frantically pointing and gesturing, but you can't actually see that. We're not on camera. I hope.
You hope.
We are on camera. This is really awkward because I'm, yeah.
Yeah, that one just trailed off.
Sorry,
It's a
I'm like,
sitcom.
I'm staring at my food, trying to think of how to explain the situation since you can't visualize it. There's a takeout tray with enchiladas and rice in it, that are on my chest, which is directly where the camera on my laptop would be aimed if it was on. So it's just an entertaining visual to me, and I needed to share that.
I can just turn on my camera right now. There's a button to do it.
but it's not streaming.
Well,
Not yet.
It would be streaming in Discord.
The beat cam.
You all know what I look like.
The beat cam. Yeah, I think just one time randomly on the stream we should all appear like with a Voltron split thing and just be like, go even worse streams than just go back to not appearing on camera just for like
Ever
5
again.
seconds.
If we're gonna do that, we should play like Jackbox or something.
We should.
I mean, we it has been a while since we did a stream that was all of us playing a game together. Like I will once again advocate for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles DLC.
0.5 shell, turtle power.
Agreed. I feel like I've talked to everybody and like nothing has changed here or something.
I really like the super exaggerated walk cycle, and I really hate that just everything in this game. I just really hate it. I just fucking hate it so much.
I like how just like in Secret of Mana you bust into the pushing animation if you get near anything. I
do like the busting into the pushing animation, and I do like that there is an animation to just shove NPCs out of the way, because this reminds me of a GDQ run I watched ages ago. Glitchless Final Fantasy VI. I think the record is like 6 hours or something crazy like that. But one of the things that like the community had to decide for that run's legitimacy was that sometimes in Final Fantasy VI, if you're moving and an NPC moves into the same space as you, the game will just let you move through them. Technically a glitch, but the event run is still valid if that happens to you, because sometimes you're just going forward and an NPC just decides to walk into you. The mechanics of glitchless speedruns are fascinating to me, because some games are just like very glitchy, and glitches will just happen without the runner intending them. And whether or not that's allowed, or if that means the run is dead, is like decided by the group consensus on every single one.
Peer review.
Yep.
Is that a glitch? Ah, who cares?
Sometimes you just have to say, "Oh, what the fuck ever." There was one video I really liked on is it even possible to do a glitchless run of Pokemon Red/Blue? And it turns out that there is in fact a unintended bug in the fucking intro cutscene.
What is that?
I don't know. Something plays like the wrong cry, or like some sound effect comes out wrong. So no.
I mean, you could do the same thing with like probably this game, because this game's pretty buggy, but also like I would point at like half the Final Fantasy games, and the first 6 of them have at least one stat that doesn't work right, so it's impossible to play the game glitchless.
Oh yeah. Glitchless typically just in speedrunning, at least, typically just means no insane shit that will save like tons of times. Basically, just play the game like you're supposed to play it, but very quickly.
Yeah, I've heard I've definitely seen places that have the slightly less contentious category, no major glitches.
Yeah, that's
like if you're
typically-
walking through a wall, you're doing something wrong.
Like fully glitchless is much more often just like a meme category that runners will do, like when they want to like try something unique.
So incidentally, we had the wolf that we raised from a pup that then turned on us, which turned out to be because of the bad guys. It was revealed that the king was doing that so that way his son would be less of a wiener. And so he's a bad guy. But now there's
My damn
like
wiener kids are listening.
Exactly. But now there's like weird little exactly the same wolves in the forest, and we just beat them until they turn into bones, and we do not care. Like, I don't know, guys. Maybe we're the bad guys.
Are we the baddies?
Are we the baddies?
We fight them until
I
they
actually
literally
watched
explode.
that I actually watched that skit and was honestly kind of disappointed.
Yeah.
Their primary like, "Hey, are we the bad guys?" thing was their uniforms had skulls on them, and I'm like, that's not an indicator.
It's not a good sign, though.
Fuck
I
you.
mean, it's not ideal.
It is ideal. Skulls are sick as hell.
If you are an organized unit of some sort of like governmental origin, it raises questions about what your intentions are.
All right, fine, I'll give you that one.
Like, you
I mean,
don't
like,
ever
if,
see
if
Child
you're an
Protective
army of
Services wearing
skeletons, that's a
skulls.
little bit different.
I'm
Nobody's
still thinking
arguing
about the Joe
that.
Miller time tweet.
But if you were,
Desecrating my corpse and sending me straight to hell.
if you are fully, muscle and skin people, and your logo is a skull, then there are questions.
What about Dr. Wily? He always seems like he's
What
on the up and
about
up.
me?
You're a skeleton.
You're a skeleton. You
Oh,
don't
okay.
have skin or muscles.
Well, there we go. All right.
That
thank
was
you.
why I clarified.
Well, I appreciate that.
Also, at that point, is it some kind of appropriation?
I don't fucking know,
Misappropriation?
man.
Whatever the word is.
I'm not gonna have the that argument with something as goofy as my choice of avatar.
No,
I
I,
feel like
realize it was just. I've gone
I feel
too
like
far.
some. No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm just saying. I feel like certain discourses just aren't worth fucking having. There's a few people in my Twitter feed that constantly give their opinions on the discourse of the day on fucking AO3, which, fine website for fan fiction, I'm sure. I'm sure many things written on there are very entertaining. But AO3 infighting is not praxis or social justice. Okay? It just isn't.
Every time I see that, I'm just like, am I in hell?
The answer is yes.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
The simple fact of the matter is I am not willing to place people just sniping at each other about how their fanfic is problematic on the same level as shit that matters. I'm just not. I have to draw the line somewhere.
It don't matter. None of this matters.
It don't matter.
Poor
None of
Carl.
this matters. God damn it! Now I'm thinking about the Carl Baumrush Cyberpunk thing. Gogglebob, your first upload of that will be next Monday.
No, technically I have it set for 2 weeks because we've got the random miscellaneous streams, and also you said you'd write something and you still haven't.
I have written stuff. I just keep deleting it because it's terrible. I actually
have
sat
I ever
down
published
today.
anything on my website that was good?
Yeah, all the time. I'm legitimately impressed and intimidated by how much you publish that is good. That's
Also,
part
he
of
was
why
on
it's
vacation.
taking. That's part of why it's taking me so long.
The next thing you fucking write, send it to me, and I will tell you if it's good or not.
All right, good enough. I'll do that. Hell, I'll start right now. I have Notepad open.
But
Why
yes,
the fuck not?
technically we have 2 weeks of potpourri streams, and then so technically 3 weeks. Then we'll start.
Wait, did you just
Bomber.
beat Trials of Mana? Is it
Yep,
over?
that was the game. Thank you for
Really?
playing.
Great
I guess
job.
we'll play Zelda now.
Fantastic. All right, yeah, let's play Zelda. It's a very
Jesus
good
Christ,
game.
though. That
It's a
felt
very
like it took
good game.
forever,
with
and then it was over.
Sorry, yeah. It's a very good game.
I want that
with
on my
a
tombstone.
central conceit that is incompatible with me. And I appreciate its central conceit, and I'm sure somebody out there is really fucking great at spawning 4 monsters to kill a monster camp way quicker than you could with a sword. But man, I miss just
Speedruns
being
are already
able
pretty
to
killer.
I mean, I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen some skips. They're nuts.
I'm not going to tell you you're playing it wrong, but I do have to say, you were talking about waiting for the enemies to do their attacks and stuff. Legitimately, I just use those armadillo things like fireballs. I'm just like armadillo, and just something dies.
Yeah, the fucking Tektites, man, they jump everywhere. You can't hit them with those. I'm stuck trying to summon a bunch of crows, and they always miss. And I'm just fucking mad. It is a game with a ton of charm, and it's a very obviously good game. I just wish that I didn't have a meter that let me actually fucking hit things when they were in my way and annoying me. Because meters run out. And I've seen people say, "Oh no, it's like Zonite in Breath of the Wild." No, you can just find a hole at any given time in Breath of the Wild and go down into the biblical hell and farm as much fucking Zonite as you want. In my not Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. In my Tears of the Kingdom file, I have 3,000 Zonite because I just enjoy running around and clearing out monster camps with my attacks that I can use by pushing the attack button. And I can't do that in this game, and it's driving me nuts.
With the attack.
Did you just get beat
Sorry,
up
I'm
by
eating-
by the hot girl I demanded you use?
Yes, that's exactly
Okay,
what happened.
I
excellent.
am eating chorito out of tinfoil like a dog.
Wolf it down, you dog. That's
Wolf
a
it, you
message. You're a dog.
Shh.
I mean,
I said I wasn't going to waste any kidneys on me.
I had
God,
veggie
I think,
queso
I think the
and
Brood Witch is in my contention for top 5 best episodes.
Broodwitch is great
It was
because
Vogue.
it's it's a level of exactly what's going to happen, and they just take such a leisurely pace getting there.
Yeah.
It's great.
Eventually, Shake is going to go to hell, but The exact
Sun-dried
mechanics of it
tomatoes.
will surprise you. And the delivery of free brain surgery will always.
Now we're talking. Wait, what?
Wait, what? Just like the shot of him, like very obviously lobotomized. Now eat it.
Normally I cut off the crust because it hurts the roof of my mouth.
Look, they're good. What about the sun-dried tomatoes?
Oh, gross. Pick those off. The brood witch cannot be taken apart or disassembled.
Well,
One of my favorite bits is the first time that when they first find it, and like the whole premise is that like, oh, this is where you told me to plant those disgusting azalea bushes, and then like Meatwad is still above ground and just throwing them down the hole.
I also love how like Meatwad was basically wise to the game and just like tricked Shake into digging like a portal to hell.
Hell no, that some bitch had an axe.
Merry Christmas. Merry Triple Xmas.
Harry, no, we're cool.
And like the really like awkwardly long conversation of the two demons
About the brain
just like
jars.
giving a shit about brain jars.
Like she says it's a sanitation issue. I don't know why there's so little appreciation for the art there. Can you like take them out of the? Can you not put the blue light? No, the blue light's the whole point. I know, man.
Fucking incredible. That one, Larry Miller hair system.
Oh, 100%.
Oh God, I love that one.
My brother never saw that one. I was describing it to him, and it was just like impossible to not sound like the craziest motherfucker on the planet.
That's
Oh,
most
absolutely.
of those episodes.
No, Larry Miller hair system, even more so.
Oh yeah, Larry Miller hair system is Carl discovering an alternate version of himself that's happy, and not letting that stand.
Oh, I've seen that one.
Yeah.
I think my favorite, like
Get up.
my
to
favorite
do
just
some ab
stupid joke in
crunches?
that one. So the dogs can worship with us. My favorite stupid joke in that one, it's still probably just Carl somehow spending like 5 hours describing the plot of Big Mama's house.
Oh yeah, that was great.
I think I saw like both the Brood Witch and that one because like sometimes I just like retweet Aqua Teen fan art. I don't know that much about it. And I just
To be
think
fair, there's not
the-
much
Aquatine
to
fan
know.
art
I
tends
was
to
gonna say,
be
it's not
very
complicated.
impressive given the source material they're working from.
Yeah.
Weren't you
Aqua Teen is
around
not
on the stream
animated in
of
a
the game?
traditional
Yeah.
animation program. It is animated in Adobe Premiere.
And it's like I retweeted one of those, and then B retweeted one from me, and then I added him and I asked him like, what episodes do you recommend? And then he said the Brood Witch. And I watched that one. It's
Yeah, no, just I think my exact words to you were just jump into the deep end. You'll know not immediately.
There's really no like question about like, will I like this if I watch more of it? If you didn't like the first episode, you're not going to like the fifth.
Yeah, exactly.
I will state that I did not like Aqua Teen initially, and I'm trying to remember. It was one of the infamous episodes. Oh, the episode with the Moonanites and they gain all the powers of Foreigner. That's when the entire thing clicked with me.
Oh, Mayhem of the Moonanite.
Yes.
Mayhem of the Moonanites is, I don't know, it has that effect on a lot of people. It had that effect on me. I think the first few episodes of Aqua Teen Hunger Force are just not that great.
Oh,
They're
no, we're
not
not.
great. They have flashes of what the show will be, but
Yeah.
It took a long time to get where they were going. It
I
was
wouldn't
not
say it took a
immediate.
long time. It took like 5
It doesn't
episodes.
take a long time. It took like 5 episodes. But like there was apparently like to just get it made, they had to like tell Warner Bros. Oh no, there's totally a plot. They're detectives. So the first like
Yeah.
5 have like half-hearted stabs at that.
Yeah.
And
If
then-
what Dr. Weird is doing has anything to do with the plot, then they're still in that era.
Rabbot was.
Yeah,
Rabot
Rabot.
and the
Moth
like
Monster
fucking
Man.
rainbow teleportation machine shit.
Yeah.
Moth
Moth
Monster
You know
Monster Man's
what?
great,
You know
though. I
what
love
though?
him.
The what is it? Doctor Weird's My Beautiful Fiance. Being the spider at the center of the earth, voiced by MC Chris, is a thing of brilliance, in my opinion.
My
Like
favorite
I
Doctor
love
Weird.
Doctor Weird. It's just that like Doctor Weird functioned at his best when he just completely detached from reality.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite Doctor Weird forever and ever and ever will be forever. I need to lose 20 more pounds or I'll never be
I'll
pretty.
never be pretty.
Manually.
Yes, all sugar's gone. Manually! And then just out comes the chainsaw with this.
One of my favorites is that like this is a joke that only kind of that is way funnier realizing what order they're in. Because there's like one where like Steve has a bucket on his head and he's like, "Gentlemen, fill me with barbecue sauce because I'm dumb as hell." And then like a few episodes later, there is an episode like one episode just randomly opens with him getting like pumped full of barbecue sauce, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
when the barbecue sauce joke is a normal Doctor Weird non sequitur, completely unremarkable, except for the fact that it is preceded by 3 episodes by like Steve joking about the concept.
Mhm.
The one that I love in spite of itself is I have made love to this machine.
Oh yeah, my metal boy.
My metal boy. And like halfway through, Steve
It was
goes,
really
"Did you do that
dark."
for science?" And he's like, "No, it was free." And she was drunk. She didn't know what she was doing, which would be horrifying if he wasn't talking about a lawnmower.
Yeah.
Having somehow successfully had sex with and impregnated a lawnmower.
Just when I thought this line of conversation couldn't get any weirder.
Oh
Thank
no,
you.
no, we're going places.
I think before I ask like about like the brood witch and stuff,
Of course.
like I think there was like this one song that I used to listen to all the time, like sampled like Doctor Weird.
Wouldn't surprise me.
A lot of them did. I know that like one that was all over the internet for a long time was edit, a fucking AMV of all things, of "Who Sent You" by Deadfall. No, the song Deadfall by the band Snot, which is a wonderful song. Everybody should listen to it.
Like, I think that another one that like lives in my head forever, mostly just for the absurdity of the song, is Spirit Journey Formation Anniversary.
And this is the part where you say my name.
How many years are you? 55? 56? Yes, I'm 55. 55 bells. It's so long. I love that there's a full recording of that song, and it's like 3 minutes long. And it does actually have an insane like verse about death, and
This reminds me of the OG DuckTales. It has the OG DuckTales theme.
Yeah.
And there is a full length, like LP length, DuckTales theme song that you can download and listen to. It is like 4 verses.
There was a Disney
like one of those things. It's like, why didn't you stop? No one was ever going to hear these.
Dude, forget the DuckTales one. Tailspin has like a 5-minute version.
Oh my!
Which is weird because the only thing I remember from Tailspin is oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, it also opens with oh, which sounds kind of like a guy accidentally sitting on his balls.
A little bit, yeah.
I mean, I will state the full version of like Tailspin has like a breakdown of like the whole everything going on in that, and somebody was having fun. Like,
It's like, well, what happens if you are, we don't know what part of the song they'll use for this. We don't know what part of the song
Who
is
can
going to be
say?
the Chili's baby back ribs of the Disney afternoon. Like we just have to be there to we just
With
have to be there
another
to make it happen.
Tailspin.
Ah, all the trouble we get in with another.
Yeah, no, there was a Disney Afternoon album, and it included the full Tailspin theme, and it also included a full version of the ad for like Louis Gas or whatever.
Mhm.
That feels like it should be a crime.
It is.
Among Disney afternoon shows, I would put Tailspin was to me the Mendoza line. Like if you like anything that I considered worse than Tailspin was something I would simply not watch. So like Goof Troop was sub Tailspin.
Ooh, yeah,
Yeah, Goof Troop.
bonkers.
Bonkers, very bad.
Bonkers
Absolutely
was
terrible.
Bonkers was incredible in that like out of nowhere in like the season finale they decided to do this fucking David Lynch thing where the climax of Bonkers is Bonkers like deciding he wants to make a TV show based on his life that will be the TV show Bonkers.
Did you ever hear about like the insanity of how that show was produced?
No.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, do you know how Bonkers came to be?
So like Bonkers was in this situation where like there's two batches of episodes where he has like different partners.
Yeah, he's got the fat cop and then the blonde cop.
Yeah, and basically the lady episodes were produced first, and like when they started coming back, like someone higher up at Disney was like, "Oh God, this sucks," and so they like went back to the drawing board on a bunch of them and produced the Fat Cop episodes, to try to like fill out the order with something that was at least sellable.
But also,
Thanks.
you're skipping over the best part, that it was supposed to be Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, well, like there's dispute over whether that was like literally supposed to be the case or if it was just supposed to be inspired by it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Wow. So the idea is that so wait. So the lady cop was the bad episodes they made first?
Those were the episodes that they made first, and then they shoved them to the back of the order.
Incredible. Incredible.
I mean, The Simpsons had a similar thing too.
Which is, what's really funny to me is they actually, that means, well, they always did the extra long pilot episode, right?
Yep.
For these things. So that tells me they made the pilot episode as one of the last in production. Because
Yep.
the pilot episode is the fat cop.
Yeah.
I've learned so much more about Bonkers than Bonkers deserves.
There's so much bonkers lore, and none of it's fun.
It's all bad. God, no. The thing about Tailspin was that they were. How can I put this? Tailspin is the gayest goddamn thing I've ever seen.
I mean, yeah.
Like, there is one lady in the entire show, and she is. How do the kids put it? She is giving lesbians so hard it explodes off the screen, and all you have left are these male characters who are just flamboyantly gay. Every single last one of them, just flamboyantly gay.
This was the sexual awakening of many furries.
Oh my God! You've got slovenly bear, Baloo. You've got Shere Khan, who is
If you're into business dad,
You've heard of business daddies, yeah, exactly. And then you've got fucking Don Carnage, who is like what you get if you're directing, if you were directing the Rocky Horror Stage Show and you went to fucking Tim Curry and you're like, God damn it, you need to stop butching it up. Like, I want to see Queen out of you for a change.
And
Like,
I
you would
will
get
say
Don Carnage.
that since you mentioned the comparison of old DuckTales to new DuckTales, the fact that they reimagined him as just a musical theater major pirate was like, yeah, okay. That's about right.
What else were you gonna do with them?
Like that. There you go. Got it.
No,
Understood.
I mean, could you?
No,
even
the
go
the only thing that Don Carnage doesn't do is like sashay into the middle of the screen and yell, "Come on, girls!" right before.
Somewhere that's in a storyboard that's on the drawing board.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, there were a
Like,
bunch of episodes. You probably just missed it.
It's one of those ones that got banned for being racist.
There is probably like hours of B-reel of Don Carnage's voice, just I don't know, just going full Liza Minnelli, you know? Like God, Don Carnage was so gay. Like, it's like, if you could do anything, what would you do? And he's like, I would wear knee boots and live on a flying plane with only dudes.
I think that's also Metal Gear Solid 4.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly Metal Gear Solid 4.
You see, this is what it is. Only Big Boss can reach the heights of Don Carnage.
I was explaining to a friend recently, like they had like passing familiarity with Metal Gear, and had like and knew that it was like at least a little gay, but they weren't quite sure how. And I just sort of said, I will explain this to you in the fastest way I can, and I just explained Ocelot's entire deal, and they were like, "Oh yeah." So it's the gayest thing.
Oh God, Ocelot. Yeah, the gayest thing. Between Ocelot and
He cosplayed as a cowboy while devoting his entire life to a man who didn't even pay attention to him.
Wow, when you put it that way.
I mean, I thought like they were confirmed gay when they basically adopted a child together.
Oh, Snake and Otacon? That's two.
Yeah.
That's different. That's a
Oh,
different.
right. I got Otacon and
that's a
Ocelot
different
mixed up.
era of
I
gayness.
apologize.
No, Ocelot and Big.
But
Yeah, Ocelot is,
that's incredibly gay, right?
Oh,
no,
extremely.
it's extremely
Yes.
gay. No,
Just so
no,
we're clear.
you know in one of those tapes that V is listening to, there's like Ocelot and Kaz drunk, and like Ocelot is sobbing, and Kaz just like saying, "Oh, you are such a messy bitch."
Meanwhile, like the end of Metal Gear Solid 5, spoilers, post credits, is just like them both having extremely different reactions to finding out that there's two big bosses, and one of them is like losing his mind that he was not told of which big boss was which, and the other is like, hell yeah, two big bosses.
Wait, was it Ocelot who's like, hell yeah, two big bosses?
Yeah, Ocelot is hell yeah, two big bosses. I will serve whatever big boss is around.
Just give me a big boss.
Any big boss. I will take any big boss.
I love
At
all
all.
big bosses.
Exactly. I like big
And I
bosses.
cannot lie?
Cannot lie. And then there's Kaz, who's like,
I was supposed to be the one boss.
I'm supposed to be the one boss. They played me like a damn fiddle. Again.
I can't have you. I'll destroy everything you cared about.
There's
No,
a
I
big
love
boss.
how-
There's a bigger boss.
The biggest boss.
The biggest. Of
Don't
all
worry,
possible
the
bosses.
explanation for this is nonsensical and only matters if you were following the series for 20 years.
Which
What a
unfortunately
thrill.
most have.
Which was me. I still love it. I still love it.
No, I love Metal Gear Solid. You know what? You know how bongo pilled I am. I don't even call it Metal Gear Solid 5. I call it Metal Gear Solid V because that's how bongo pilled I am.
That's really
on this
good.
I've loved MGS5 since it came out because I love that, like, and this is not necessarily what was intended, but I don't care. I love what it is. It is incomplete in an almost confrontational fashion.
Yeah.
Where like even if all of the planned quote unquote like planned content, planned endings, whatever had happened, you'd still be left with something that kind of confrontationally doesn't end, because it's like, no, this is not like, you already saw Big Boss's like turn or whatever. This is just him doing shit.
Yeah.
Big balls
Yeah.
doing things.
That's it. That's
And
like
of course, like the literalization, like the ending that consists of just like Big Boss as Kojima talking to Phantom Boss as the player, like, yes, it is the two of us that have created this legend.
Kept you waiting.
All right,
huh?
so I have vivid memories of watching my little brother play through all of Metal Gear Solid 4. I was not actually the one to play Metal Gear Solid 4. I was just in the room while he played it. He had a very unique way of playing it because I didn't want to play Metal Gear Solid 4. I tried it and hated it and said, "This is all you, man." He was like, "Hell yes." He would turn on night vision in broad daylight and then crawl through a place that was very obviously safe. And I would just sort of sit there on the couch playing my Nintendo DS, staring like, "Huh, the choices you
That
have
sure is a
made.
choice you're making.
Still doing
These
that.
certainly are choices." And then like he would get like later in the game he would get like disguises, and then he played like 90% of the game as Otacon. And I would just sit there going, "All right, man, you do you."
There is a point in Act 3 where for some reason the game puts you in face camo that everyone is looking for, and you can just wander around just fine as long as you change your face camo to literally anything else.
Yeah, so that's what he did. I think he went through like every character you can face camo in the game.
Or is that in 3?
Yeah, 3.
4.
4, yeah, 4. 3 was I would say my favorite one.
It's the
that's
best one.
It's the best one by far. 4 was there's this like ancient
4 is a game of
ancient
obligation.
YouTube video of just like all the times the characters say nanomachines. And it's like 3 minutes long.
Nanomachines.
And
Apoxapon, whoever got hold of that script and was like, no, the fans won't accept it if it's too supernatural.
yeah, Apoxapon, whoever that did that. But
I have heard
but absolute
tale of who that is, but I won't
blessings
say it.
upon whoever decided that Senator Armstrong in Metal Gear Rising would just scream nanomachines, son.
Like, that joke works entirely because no one has mentioned nanomachines that entire game.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden Senator Armstrong's actually like, "No, they're a shit actually." All these other idiots just had them as like their fucking unlock key card for guns. Meanwhile, I use them to become
I'm
fucking
using them to turn
Wolverine.
me into Colossus from the X-Men.
Senator Armstrong is god. Now,
Senator
Revengeance.
Armstrong fucking rules.
Senator, yeah, he's great. He's great.
I would probably vote for Senator Armstrong. I agree with literally none of his policy, but
What was
I
his
respect
policy
it.
again?
His policy was might makes right.
he literally said make America great again in 2012.
Yep.
Good lord.
That's
He's
a Reagan
really
initiative.
out with it.
But yeah, no, Armstrong's like thing is basically like might makes right. But he at least is honest about it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's extremely honest about it.
You know, I think that's actually quite refreshing. One of the things that gets more crazy making as the years pass is like how the boss's political philosophy is completely incoherent.
Oh, absolutely.
Like the boss is like, "Oh, you know, we just." It's like sitting there. It's like, God, is the boss supposed to be like a critique of like the like NATO post World Order? Because what she's saying is kind of insane, but also vaguely familiar.
It's also worth noting that like at some point, like every person in her orbit decided that was what that trying to follow in her footsteps was their only interest. And all of them had to have a disagreement about what that meant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and finally it comes down to philanthropy, whose motto is to let the world be.
But also, we need to just go like the only thing we will do other than let the world be is we will randomly run around and blow up Metal Gears wherever we find them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just smart. Like, if
That's
you
good
see a Metal
policy,
Gear,
to be fair.
that shit needs to be destroyed. Like, for the good of humanity.
There was allegedly a pitch for MGS4 that would have consisted of Snake and Otacon running around the world, destroying as many Metal Gears as they can, and then being put to death as criminals.
All right.
That sounds way better than the Metal Gear 4 we got.
Kind of does. My favorite thing to think about is there's a bit in Metal Gear Solid 2 where like the fucking Navy guy is yelling in his speech about how he has like how every fucking like nation and corporation and .com has its own Metal Gear.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love thinking about like what does the pets.com Metal Gear look like?
And why is it delivering pet
Like
pet
it
toys
shoots
to your home?
it shoots pet food out of a railgun to anywhere in the world.
It's just a pretty normal ray. It's just it's got like the cat ears on it.
I'm thinking it's the horrible like sock puppet. It's shaped like the horrible sock puppet from
Oh,
the
yeah.
pets.com ads.
Yeah, no, seriously.
But it has like a railgun to shoot pet food out of it, to shoot pet food to anywhere in the world undetected.
It's oh god, no. Twitter is so beyond borked. I'll never find this exchange again. Also, Maggie from Talking Time has deleted her Twitter account so many times that I don't even think they'll
Probably
they'll
long
let her-
gone.
Yeah, probably long gone. But no, I had this entire bit where Snake is doing a codec conversation with Otacon trying to defeat Metal Gear Turf,
God.
and the gag the gag is that the pilot's shell is like too dense to be pierced by weaponry.
Cute.
I am the Twitter interaction between me, you, and Maggie that will always live in my brain, AV, was the one where we were just rewriting popular songs to be about jelking.
God.
And
Don't
I
bring
did.
that up
I
again.
was gonna say, how does
I
this
think
return?
you did The Man in the Mirror, and I
Oh, yeah.
did and I did One by Metallica.
Oh god, yeah.
God.
I'm jelking with the man in the mirror. I'm hoping he will
Joking.
gain some
Once
length.
again, do
Don't
not
look it
at
up.
Joe.
Don't ever look it up.
All that I see, absolute penis. Absolutely
Do
disgusting.
not look up what joking is.
Just
I
save yourself
looked
the
it
trouble.
up, and look where that got me.
It made your life irreparably worse.
It made your life irreparably better.
No. Nothing.
Posting
Learning
from
about
the
joking
dark
does
side
not
of
make
the
your life
moon.
better. I'm putting that out there.
You gotta be
Absolutely.
jelking. You gotta be jelking like Majelkin.
Yeah.
That sucks. Don't like it.
I think it was like on stream too.
Also-
like,
It was.
Oh,
We
Yeah,
had
it was on
recorded.
stream. That's why me and Gogglebob are dying.
Attention, all viewers of this publicly viewable Twitch stream that will eventually be put on YouTube.
On YouTube.
Joking not only works, it works great.
I mean, if I were you, I would not be implying that I spent any of my life joking, but you do you.
Oh no. I
There's-
need
there's-
to joke. I'm already there.
Then how do you know it works?
You see how effortlessly I damage controlled that? Perfectly brilliant.
oh god.
I'm
This is
just so
incredible.
fucking smart.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you, AV. I also love it.
It's so good. Superman, Man of Games 15. What did we learn? Oh, what did we learn?
We learned many
Nothing
things.
I can't wait. I can't wait for I can't wait to see the tags on this episode when it goes up.
This is going to
Yeah.
somehow mean that there's a joking tag on 2 of these.
I really hope so.
Hashtag joking.
We're going
Hashtag
to
joking.
we're going to absolutely irreparably destroy Gogglebob's website, and it will all be because he
got
played
stalked.
the Mana games, which pissed us off.
So much. No, even
I-
better. Even better. What's going to happen is they're going to find some like the combination of jelking SEO plus like a long forgotten interview he did with Up Down Down is going to turn the Gogglebob blog into the internet's leading bear discussion forum.
I'm reminded of like the jokes among the writers of 1-900 Hot Dog that the most like clicked page on their website by an order of magnitude is searches coming to something called squirt flirts.
Oh man.
There used to be this weightlifting blog called 70s Big, which was all about 1970s powerlifting and the training programs, but also especially the drugs that the men used back then. But there was literally one like I think it was on fucking April Fool's Day. The two guys who ran the blog like took shitty pictures of themselves doing dragon punches on the beach wearing Speedos. And that single post was legitimately like 500 times the hits of the next most popular blog post they'd ever done.
There
And,
was this.
like-
Oh, sorry, go on.
At that exact moment, that is the exact moment, like their eyes turned into dollar signs. And every single post for the remainder of that blog's history, it managed to incorporate like a big, hairy, shirtless muscle dude.
Well, I
mean,
know what I'm
like-
gonna do on the website.
Sometimes you just figure out what the cheat code is, and you just got to run with it.
You
That's
got
all
to
you
ring
can do.
that bell.
Yeah,
gotta
you know.
ring that bell.
God, my wife and I have been
Saved
watching
by the bell, you say.
Only Murders in the Building.
Ooh.
Great show. One of the characters in this latest season is a fitness influencer who went viral exactly once for a Christmas theme post. So now his entire life has to be Christmas focused, and he hates it.
Yeah, that sounds about
I will
right.
be right
I can
back.
tell you like this show because I've never heard you complain about it.
There's someone on TikTok who that happened to. Like, he was a guy who would do like little silly TikTok videos of like baking recipes from 100 years ago or whatever. And
Beat Dylan Hollis?
yeah, that's him. And then like at some point, one particular recipe went mega viral, and he has since then like transformed into like a Zoomer's joke about millennial humor, like just the most dreadful, soulless pandering to like 2007 era Tumblr jokes. Just awful stuff.
Okay, if I
Any-
can draw your
anytime I
attention
see,
to the
like-
stream, I would like to point
No.
out that the one character we chose definitely has the worst localization ever.
I mean, it's exactly how she talks in Japanese, so it's
How do
Very
you
much
fit that
a
many
correct
W's in the
localization.
Japanese?
like in the sense that like the character is talking with like a weird lisp / impediment.
By a
Oh
horrible
yeah. What are
twist
you
of
what are you
fate,
playing
a
anyway?
thwaned man took
Trials
Heath
of
away,
Mana,
white
Se-
without
Seiken
finally
Densetsu 3,
found
Secret of
him
Mana
again.
2.
Oh god, Seiken Densetsu 3.
Yes. Thank you for
The
calling
game-
it by its given name.
Oh no, oh my fucking god. Remember the 90s
People were
when
obsessed with this game for decades.
I was.
for decades. No, I remember I was on a spring break in Chicago of all places. Friendly piece of advice to anyone who is of college age.
Don't go to Chicago.
Don't go to Chicago in spring break.
There's like an entire Hold Steady album about
That's
this.
the least party sounding town imaginable. Maybe you could be
I-
Daniel Pacina.
The coldest I have ever felt in my entire life was on the shore of Lake Michigan during spring
Sounds
break.
awful.
Yeah, no, that wind was coming in right off the North Pole. Um, God, anyway, that was where I had the chance to play Trials of Mana for the first time. And I played it for 7 minutes and realized that whatever portion of my life where this game could have meant something to me was long gone. Like that
Yeah,
that
that makes
person that person was just not holding the controller anymore.
Sometimes there is like something I've noticed is like a nostalgic wistfulness when I play something that it's like, man, if I had played this when I was quote unquote supposed to, this would have meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I will
Yeah, it's like-
state that this the best comparison in my mind. I will state this, and I hate saying it, but playing Seiken Densetsu 3 the first time with a fan translation and on a computer
Or
that
like
didn't,
say condensed Shitsu.
didn't have any sound on to it. It was jerking off to a Sears catalog because it was just,
Oh.
I will have fun with this because I
will
have been
make
looking
myself love
forward to
this.
Yeah.
And-
Good
have-
Lord.
I'm going to go through these motions until something happens.
Yes. And it's 40
No.
hours or something.
Oh, now you see, again, just think about that portion of my life where like I could build some sort of foundational memory based on Legend of Legaia. Did we play Legaia on this shit
We
at some
did.
It did happen.
Yeah. God, Legaia.
Up next, Legaia 2 Duel Saga.
Never.
Oh.
Oh, what a coward.
That is a game that is like, I could use the Sears catalog comparison again, but I very deeply wanted to like that and just could not. Like, it was just like, nope, this isn't happening. Because I wanted
Last
the
time I
sequel
tried to play,
Legaia.
there was a period where I tried like playing them again.
That ain't it.
And there's bits about Legend of Legaia I kind of like, and I'll be honest, there were bits of Legaia 2 that I thought was pretty okay.
Whoa. Yeah, I'll say this about Legaia. It has the most interesting difficulty curve I've ever seen in an RPG.
Dreadful.
Yeah, okay. Yes, absolutely dreadful, wretched stuff. But at the same time, an interesting failure. The idea of like, well, what if every character started at the same point on the power curve? At every point of the game, every time you get a new one. It's like, wow, this is all the thrill I ever had of dropping a level 1 character into a Dungeons and Dragons party.
Now,
Like,
I
oh,
will
shit.
state
It's
that
actually,
it is so much worse. You're talking about Legend of Legaia. It is so much worse than my absolute favorite RPG, Beyond the Beyond, where
oh, you motherfucker, don't
at-
make me think about that.
at the very end of the game, you can, through a very difficult process, unlock a quote-unquote secret character that left your party at the beginning of the game, and he's still the level he was at the beginning of the game.
I like Samson.
No, the character who, it's like the exact same beats as Final Fantasy II,
Oh,
is
yeah.
like kidnapped and becomes the Dark Knight.
No
And
dear.
if when you fight the Dark Knight, if you defeat all of his buddies and then guard for fucking ever, like, he eventually becomes like, oh, okay, I'll be your friend now. And it is not something that is in any way worth it.
You know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about releasing. Someone should release a game in 20 and 24 where someone becomes the Fark Knight, and they show up and they're only able to communicate in jokes from Fark.com.
How is this the second time I've heard someone talking about FARC in the past 2 days?
You are singularly cursed. You are paying off some
I
sort
don't
of.
even know how that's possible.
Yeah, I don't know what karmic debt I'm paying off.
In another life, you made a baby cry, and that baby grew up to become some sort of llama. And so now you are tormented by the 10,000 ox and horse-headed demons of Mefumato.
I thought you said fart night.
Fart
That
Night
would have
is
been better.
a-
FARC is not something you need to know about.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
don't
A
ever.
site whose peak in popularity likely occurred before you were born.
I'm also
FARC was like a site that would be invented by people who thought Reddit humor was just too sophisticated for them.
But didn't
Good
Fark exist?
lord.
Oh, yeah.
FARC absolutely existed first, but no, FARC was like, what if there was a website where everything was the Reddit front page, and we're trying to turn the entire internet into the Reddit front page. By the way,
Good lord.
Dreadful.
I was gonna say, there's
Yeah,
a
so
universe
FARC
where
launched
they
in
succeeded.
1999. Johnny come lately.
Yep, yeah, because it. Oh god, yeah, it launched. Good lord, it was like I'm trying to remember here what came first, Slashdot or.
Oh, God. When are we going to start talking about Dig?
Okay, Slashdot was 97, so it did come before FARC. Because remember, it was still early enough that you could get Slashdotted, and then
Albino black
Penny
sheep.
and then Penny Arcade would do the same thing, so they would call it getting wanged, because they were 12.
Eternally.
Eternally
As
12
was
years
the
old.
audience.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry, we wagged your website. God, I remember saying that out loud like a human being would.
Good lord.
A website
I
got
Say that, but a
wagged.
human being wouldn't have said that.
A human being would not have said that. What you're describing could only come out of the mouth of some kind of homunculus.
Hey, I will say that my first serious girlfriend had freaking penny arcade strips printed out and put on her walls. Like there was a time.
That's the nerd call. God, now I'm remembering like the practice of Google bombing, of like creating and optimizing an image, like a fake Google search results that would happen if you clicked on that, like it would be to try to make it so that it was the thing you saw when you put in a term and put "I'm feeling lucky."
And there's a reason I was terrified of "I'm feeling lucky" for like years and years because of that.
Yeah, because you never. I mean, there were people who did nothing, except as you said, like set it up so that you could theoretically hit someone with a Google link that would send them directly to Goatsy.
Yes, exactly. Like you'd search Chrono Trigger and say "I'm feeling lucky," and guess what would happen?
When
My
Dix.com,
favorite-
go to the sporting page website. Or the
My
sporting...
favorite.
Sporting
Never
goods.
mind.
Sorry,
Thank
guys.
you. Nope, that was it. Just fixing my words.
My favorite, like. No, I completely forgot where I was going with that.
Dicks.
Sorry.
Okay,
That's fine.
it happens. Doesn't mean nothing. Doesn't mean you're blown up on goofballs. Absolutely
I haven't blown up on
wilding out
goofballs.
on somas.
Wow. Are somas something you wild out on?
Fair point. Fair point. I thought the whole thing with somas was that there was just enough like stimulants in them to
I always think of them as a depressant, but that might just be my assumption.
let's see here. No, it's just straight up muscle relaxer. I thought it had stimulants in it. No.
I've seen people, quote unquote, wild out on muscle relaxants, and it's not that interesting.
No, it's not. It's not.
They just get
I think
really mellow.
my favorite gag about
Eventually, they just sort of
somas.
start slurring their speech a lot.
Yeah. There's a great gag about somas in you remember the Southpaw Championship Wrestling videos?
Yeah.
Well there was one of the guys did a fake shoot video in character as Tex Ferguson, and
God.
at one point he yells at the announcer and he yells at the interviewer, you're lucky I'm on so many somas I'd shit myself if I tried to stand up right now. Oh God.
Don't take muscle relaxants for fun.
Just don't do it.
That's the lesson of even worse streams this week.
That's a why. You know what? There we go, kids.
In my own life, I knew somebody who took a bunch of muscle relaxers and then was going to a party where they then proceeded to drink a lot. And fun fact, it worked out terribly.
Did they die?
Hospital.
They survived, but they literally spent a day in bed, and it wasn't like, oh, I need a nap a day in bed. It was like, would you like us to call the hospital now? But they survived without any medical help, but I'm pretty sure they were like literally a human blob during the period.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it to you straight. I don't think they took a lot of muscle relaxants.
Yeah, well, I was about to
I
say,
think
it definitely wasn't like, it was like, oh, my back hurts, I'll take some muscle relaxers, and then I'll drink all night, and then, yes.
Yeah, like that's a really bad idea. Don't mix those ever.
Yes, so
Yeah.
let that
But
be
that
the
was not
moral.
like
Do
a
that.
recreational dose of muscle relaxants followed up by alcohol, which will straight up kill you. Like,
Yeah, like,
it's
if you
not. It's
take
not even
a-
a may. It's like, if you don't get medical, if you don't have medical attention, like standing by, you are. I don't like your chances of getting through the night.
Yes.
Yeah. I've had to call the hospital about, hey, this person has overdosed on muscle relaxants. Not fun.
Not fun. It's like, hey, do you think you could not overdose on muscle relaxants? It's like,
I would hope, but it wasn't the last time.
Oh lordy. It's Todd T. Squirrel. How dare you have a terrible cocaine addiction on Philippe's 5th birthday?
I've been thinking about the happiest Akewood strip recently, and it's just Here Comes a Special Boy.
I love that one.
I will never not come back to. I wish I knew when I was younger that getting in trouble was a fake idea.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Like that is one that echoes in my mind. Like, should I be doing this? Yeah, getting in trouble is a fake idea. Let's move.
Oh
It's like
man,
your permanent record.
it's like, yep, permanent record doesn't exist. I don't think they do the permanent record thing at school anymore, which is good.
Yeah, I think they've learned both that is like bad for children psychologically and also ineffective.
Yeah, but you say it's
no,
bad
it's
for
like-
children psychologically, but I'm pretty sure every teacher I know does like, oh, don't do this on social media or it'll follow you for the rest of your lives. Like,
I mean,
they
if
found
it's
a
bad
new
enough,
way
it
for
will.
that.
But
It
that's
will.
not
I mean,
wrong.
absolutely will.
I don't know.
I mean-
I'm pretty sure there's a vice presidential debate going on right now that disproves that.
Yeah, I'm not thinking about that.
No, but when
Oh,
you
yeah.
But it
consider
is in
how many
fact
people
following
have
him. It's
to
just
do
a
that
question of who cares.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is that it's not
Twitter,
making a damn
because
difference.
they got found out.
No, it's like a Twitter. Like someone used to be Twitter mutuals with was the guy who leaked the JD Vance chat logs, where he's basically, where he's straight up like, oh god, I hate this Trump guy,
America's
then-
Hitler.
America's Hitler. It is just absolutely, and it's like, how do you just start sending a complete stranger basically your deepest your unguarded opinions about a man who is likely going to who is likely going to control the political party that you are running for Senate in?
Not
Like,
only
how do you
that, yeah.
how do you have the political instincts of a barnacle?
Well, I mean, political instincts of the barnacle or not, I remember the 2016 election leading
I'm having
right
a great
up,
time thinking about this.
leading right up to the inauguration. Practically, I remember how often Trump was disowned, and then the minute it was proven that he actually won, just the gigantic flips that people were like, "This is our best friend, who has always been our best friend."
Mm-hmm.
Like the entire Republican Party. Because if you remember in 2016, I always love putting this out, they made him sign a document that said that if he stopped being the Republican nominee, he wasn't allowed to run under his own party. Like that was like, they believed that was the direction he was going to go in. Like, you're not sticking
Oh,
around. We
world.
just want to make sure you're not more of a problem for us. And then guess what happened?
Well,
So I'm not thinking about this right now because it's depressing.
Fair enough.
Same.
Let's talk about Trials of Mana.
No, that's also depressing.
God damn
this
it.
is, I'm also depressed by this.
I almost got
Can
you
we
to
talk
think
about something
the
that is not
Gamefly.
depressing? It's like, I don't know, can we?
Like, I was 10 when all that was happening.
That's also
So-
depressing.
That's a different level. So I'm in the final season of Castle. I don't know if any of you have seen that.
No.
I think I saw like 3 clips of it back in 2008.
I'd be more excited to talk about She-Ra.
Wow.
Well, I
That-
can do that too. I started watching that.
Noted Princess of Power.
No. Yeah. Yep. Noted
Yes.
Princess of Power, She-Ra. General consensus, I understand, is that Hordak was wasted in his role. That Hordak could have carried his own show.
Oh, I was going to say, okay, because that's what I was about to say, was that I thought he was one of the highlights, but I will agree that he could have been even more of a highlight.
Yeah. It's
I'm forcibly biased against all He-Man adjacent concepts because I was as a younger millennial, the children of the '80s spent a decade attempting to gaslight me into thinking that He-Man was worthwhile.
No, He-Man's always been shit. A friend of mine.
There are good
I
derivatives,
will
I'm sure.
fist those that disagree with me.
The most divorced man that I have ever met, who is still married. Like, he's just spiritually divorced. Has been since we were children. Like, I remember one time he like texted me out of the blue, 1:30 in the morning, like inconsolable because he had just watched the Kevin Smith He-Man, and was just like, no, this is feminism. Feminism has finally destroyed He-Man. Feminism has destroyed the last thing that men could truly claim as their own in our society. And I'm just sitting like, fucking He-Man?
He-Man, of all things, that's where you plant your flag and choose to die.
He was just heartbroken. It's like the feminists came for He-Man, and they made He-Man weak. And so I would routinely.
I would not be able to do anything other than to respond with the fucking like full version of the like what's going on video where it just starts out with like him doing like the full camp voice. And it's like, buddy, they've been doing that for decades.
I mean, He-Man always was a guy who wore a pink shirt all the time.
He was a guy who then like would transform by just getting into like bondage gear.
Yeah, no, he was a guy who wore. He was a man who wore tights everywhere he went, and
furry underwear.
He wore tights and a belted vest, like unspeakable fashion sense. And yeah, he would just wild out by putting on a bondage harness. It's like,
and his main opponent was a buff skeleton, which I want to say that again slower in case you didn't get it.
Yeah, no, I someone on Talking Time once posted about how their father would constantly troll them by insisting that Skeletor's full name was Frank Skeletor.
Listen, that is just honoring the memory of Frank Langella.
Oh yeah. I like that. I like that Skeletor was brought to life by two Franks, Frank Langella and Frank Welker. You know. No,
it's a very Frank role.
Exactly. No, I completely accept the idea of Skeletor as Frank Skeletor. Let me be Frank, he says.
And we let him.
And we let him.
5 years and my life is
Yeah, I'm only a few episodes into She-Ra, so I did realize that I've missed out on an excellent Halloween costume idea, so I might save that one for next year.
I believe in you.
You can do it.
As I'm already nearly 8 feet tall, it'll work out.
There you go.
I just need to be blonder.
I feel like that's an eminently solvable problem.
We all need to be
That's
blonde.
the easy part.
You all need to be blonder.
I don't know that it would suit me.
Nah. It's like, nope. It falls to others to be blonde for me.
That is a burden that others must bear.
Yes, exactly. I've given my.
When I'm lying in bed just to let it all out what's in my head.
What's
Top of my
going
lungs.
on?
What's going on?
Pink covered
Wake
that
in the
drink
morning, I step outside and I take a deep
Just
breath.
that
and I get
whole version.
high.
God, yeah.
What's going on?
This is my new favorite part.
Yeah.
So locally in the Philadelphia metro area, there is a fellow who dresses up like Skeletor and runs karaoke.
Oh yes.
And
Good.
this will surprise absolutely no one. It's findable on the internet. He calls it Skeletor karaoke. And
What
Not
else would you
Frank
call
Skeletor karaoke though.
right.
The Frank is implied.
And having attended exactly twice, if anyone does try to sing "What's Going On," he shuts them down.
Aww.
Oh, that's tragic.
But he's also got it's also a gong show at times. So yeah, that happens. I guess it's one of those things he's seen enough times that it just gets old, which I understand.
can
But
see
also, you signed up for this, buddy.
Yeah,
Not
you're
sure
the one
what-
who's going around doing free karaoke as Skeletor. What were you expecting?
Yep.
You could change that, any part of that equation at any point. Just keep it inside.
Try to hide your
Learn how to hide your feelings.
Thank you, Man at Arms. Thank you. Oh,
What's going on?
and
One of those covers
praise.
preferable to the original version. Oh my god, do a praise. By unleashing the power of four non-blondes by having random internet weirdos sing it in an even campier voice, it grew in power. It is a stronger song because of it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
cannot disagree.
No. I mean, What's Up? Everything about What's Up is incredible. From how the song is titled What's Up, even though.
That's not what anyone's saying at any point.
At any point. This would like God, I'm trying to think. No, that's it, man. Along every possible angle, it's a completely insane piece of music.
Also, I just want to say how upset I am that you just blasted this thing's eye out.
It's not a good crab.
That was
I
mean.
feel like it deserves better than this.
I mean, this thing
Is
has
it what?
captured the spirit of light. That is not a.
Yeah,
good
but he's
thing to
cool
do.
looking.
I mean,
that's
this
the best thing you can be in this game.
This was the
Yeah, that's true.
monster that I think every preview included an image of this thing.
Yeah, because it looks cool as shit, and then you can ignore the fact that the game's not any fun to play.
There you go. No, the mana games, yeah, have a how could I put this? An almost fascist devotion to aesthetics as virtue. It's no, man. If something looks even the slightest bit not rad as hell or cute, it's probably evil. You can just kill it right there.
I mean, the crab looked pretty chill, very colorful.
The crab ate the spirit of light.
Have you considered the crab needed to eat?
Yeah, have you considered the
Have you
spirit of light was
considered it's
being
hungry?
just a real shithead?
Why doesn't he just eat the spirit of darkness instead?
That is an entire
know.
part of this game.
It's not very fulfilling as a meal.
The
Yeah,
spirit
it's
of
really more of a
darkness
snack.
got eaten by a.
I feel
pirate.
sympathy for the crab. Sympathy for the crabble.
Is the spirit of light the diet version?
Oh,
it's just
Welcome.
that's good. That's
the
good.
spirit of lite.
Oh, delicious.
Did you see
Spirit
there
of
was
light,
some
zero sugar.
ridiculous debate on Twitter recently, Diet Coke
one?
versus heroin?
Oh, yes. No, it's my cocaine habit is killing you less slowly than your Coke Zero. And
Driving me
fuck.
insane.
someone actually my favorite quote tweet on that one was someone posting the exact the exact same post from Lil Peep, a man who killed himself with a coke overdose.
Brutal.
I feel like that's one of those statements that you probably also found a lot on the Crackhead Clubhouse and Something Awful.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
Once when you're in a forum in a context where like the known community tradition has become, oh, this user died, so they're banned now. I feel like at some point, someone either in a position of moderation or just looking at the forum should be like, I should avoid this place because this has become common enough that it is a tradition.
Yeah.
I mean,
Say, yes.
I will never not say it wasn't part of the name.
Yeah.
Like some things,
Let us
it's
all-
like a porcupine. You get the warning just from the visual. You don't need to touch it.
We will never forget the juice.
The juice. It's
So
like
speaking of-
a drug so powerful that it must be dosed with a milligram scale. Like,
I think my favorite thing about that is like the one poster that's like, oh man, I'm getting like these extremely sketchy remaindered Soviet benzos shipped to me. Will it be dangerous if I use this cheap Che Guevara blotter paper to snort them?
Good lord.
and
It's like, no,
people
I don't
say-
think the blotter paper is going to be the problem.
people in the thread were saying, "Oh, I'm eyeballing doses," which means like I'm just, I'm a complete.
I'm taking a look
degenerate
at it and making a guess.
and making a guess. But someone took that to mean that no, they are
Rubbing
tincturing
them beneath
their
their
eyeballs with a solution of this Russian this remaindered Russian research chemical, and nearly blinded themselves for life.
Jesus Christ.
Something awful was like where everyone on the internet who was about too clever by half all lived.
Yeah.
And so you'd get guys that were just smart enough to not be doing the thing that everyone else on the internet was doing at the time, but instead getting themselves into much stupider trouble.
Well, like the thing about Something Awful, the thing that drew everyone was if you were annoying. Not if you were stupid, not if you were like evil, not if you were whatever. No, if you were annoying, the mods would headshot you and then leave your corpse out front as a warning for others. And
And then you would spend $10 to reincarnate.
then you would spend $10 to reincarnate, yes. But that alone made it feel worthwhile to be a part of that community.
Because if I can survive there, it means I'm not annoying.
Yeah, exactly. Like I am not annoying for definitions that include the that can include the Something Awful forums.
Yeah, definitely a place where a certain kind of annoying person just tentacled out and breeds like kudzu.
Yeah, no. I mean, there are people on Something Awful whose posts I see even today. I see them and like I have to like talk myself down from the reflexive, fiery hate that I feel for them as people, like on a personal level. Like it's like I don't just want you to suffer. Like I want you to suffer in some way that your children are traumatized by seeing it.
They must learn from you in the most fucked up way possible.
Exactly. They must bear the scars of your sins. Like this is how much I hate you. And it's like that. Such is the power of just the unfettered meanness of the Something Awful forums.
Don't miss that part of the internet.
It's still there. It's just
It's here on X.com, the everything site.
the everything app.
Yeah, there's B. Dylan Hollis. God, that poor guy. Here, I think
He's
this
not
this
even
comic
American.
this comic will appeal to people of a certain who remember a certain.
I'm gonna regret clicking this.
No, actually, it's a somewhat poignant little thing, but it is It should appeal to anyone who got really into Wikipedia at the proper point in their life.
I was about to say, who among us could say we have never gotten into Wikipedia?
It says this page doesn't exist.
I'm saying if you aren't logged into X, you can no longer see anything on X, the Everything app.
Oh, alright. So I have to look at it on my phone and I can't look at it on my computer. Got it.
Dreadful.
The Everything app.
There are a few things that are like that, and I don't feel bad about it because then I'm not wasting my limited computer time on it.
Twitter used to be open to everybody, whether you had an account or not.
Yep. It's much easier to spread things from it.
Yeah, no, it's like things could go viral. Like,
That
you know.
sounds euphemistic. Sorry.
But now, what is it? Like it lost something like 78% of value or something. Somebody said it was literally a financial 9/11.
It had value?
Well, I mean, Elon bought it.
He bought it for an inflated value, but it did have like a market value according to a number of outstanding shares.
Financial 9/11. Jesus Christ.
It's me, I'm doing 10 financial 9/11s. God, I always want to find that shitpost Paddington Bible.
No, it only took a couple games, but we definitely now can play as a werewolf. At least we're very excited about that.
I'm back.
I mean, we've been doing that for a while, and it hasn't been fun.
I mean, it's been like
it's a mana game.
Not fun.
Hey, it's Callie.
Hey, Callie, we're a werewolf.
It's Callie. I forget Callie Scrub. What's your Darkstalkers main?
My Darkstalkers main? I mean, I don't play Darkstalkers that much, but probably Morrigan.
Okay.
How are you not playing Vampire Savior : The Lord of Vampire?
You strike me as a John Taliban man, but okay, we're getting all by.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, when in doubt, I assume J. Talbane.
I did dabble with the Talbane on occasion because he's a werewolf that uses nunchucks. Like, what's not
exactly?
To love?
Oh yeah, Vampire Savior: World of Darkness.
Night Warriors, Darkstalkers Revenge.
Vampire Savior: World of Darkness is the most insane product tie-in I have ever seen in a video game.
Darkstalkers Chronicle: The Chaos Tower.
Well, what is the tie-in?
The tie-in is Vampire the Masquerade, the tabletop role-playing game published by White Wolf.
Wait, is it actually related? Like, are those series related or
not in the least?
They are largely incompatible.
They're not even the same time period.
It's just that one of them's just called Vampire.
Yep. I'm still sitting here.
Is there a more Theater Kid RPG than the World of Darkness?
I am here to tell you no.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Any game that could conceivably be called mainstream, no, absolutely not. But like, if you're talking about any role playing game.
So there's like some real sicko games out there.
There's some real sicko shit out there.
They've been played by 6 total humans, and that's mostly beta testers.
I mean, I will always state that there's Big Eyes, Small Mouth, which is just basically you kids like anime.
I saw that on a shelf, I would be pissed.
Yeah, no, I mean, like that's all. Like it literally like has builds for like. Do you want to be Goku? Do you want to be Vasha Stampede? Do you want to be Sailor Moon?
Well, yeah, I'd feel insulted.
Like, no, that's the thing, is that it is 100% just like, that's exactly what it is, the end.
Yeah. I feel like there's something to be said for like self-knowledge of that sort, but also it's good to be kind of at least a little bit embarrassed by that.
Yeah.
I would feel insulted just by the name Big Eyes Small Mouth. It's like, oh, you don't care about any of this. You just saw an anime character once.
Yeah, no, that is true. There has to be
I
something
will
to be
state that the
said.
module does try to be like the writing is way on that level of trying to be too cool for what exactly it is.
Yeah. No,
I
the,
feel
the,
like-
Does that
the
over and
proper
over again.
level of fandom engagement for something like that, to where you are pandering, but you are also someone who, like, I don't know, you're someone who has earned the right to pander. As weird as that sounds, is
Yeah.
is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Other Strangeness after the bomb, which
Meh.
is nothing but how to use the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Other Strangeness system to bring your furry OC to life.
I mean, I feel like that's an important part of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I'm just
There's
imagining,
aliens.
like, I'm now just thinking about, like, the concept of, like, since I'm starting from the premise of World of Darkness is the most theater kid of the mainstream RPGs, I'm now just thinking about, like, what is the most, like, because, like,
Theater kid in
Vampire
denial?
is the top dog, followed by Werewolf, which is the second, which is also a dog. But then you get into the ones that no one actually plays, but which
Yeah.
continue to exist for inexplicable reasons. Like, I'm just imagining, like, a group that's been playing fucking Mummy the Curse for like 5 straight years.
Oh
I
God!
like that you keep going with like things that are, I would say, goth theater kids, but keep in mind there are a number of
All of the World of Darkness are goth theater kids.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is that there's a number of tabletop RPGs that are like bubblegum theater kids. And
When I think of
They-
theater kids, I'm thinking of goth
My
theater
Little
kids.
Pony.
like Glee kind of theater kids or whatever.
yeah,
No,
that,
no,
like
like Glee
basically
Club.
like Glee theater kids, like that they exist and they are numerous.
Yeah, they
Wait.
don't want to grow up and play like they want to grow up and I don't. I'm trying to think of the most like they all want to be in like Brigadoon or like those Rogers and Hammerstein shows, you know?
Yeah, exactly, the Rogers and
Um,
Hammerstein stuff.
They're the little Mickey Rooneys and of high school, of high school theater.
I feel like there is a very specific theater kid that is like just so mad every year, every single one of those 4 years, because his school never put on Waiting for Godot.
Yeah, that's not even the goth theater kid. That's just
That's like-
God.
That's like
That's
just such.
that's the 40-year-old theater kid trapped in the body of a teenager.
Yeah, that's a child who was
As
born
a 46-year-old teen.
old. But like, I need to drag this back for a second. Somebody in this call said the Glee theater kids. That's what the Glee Club is for. How do you
Yeah,
not
that's what
know
I was
this?
saying. They don't count.
Yeah, but not every school has a Glee club. They do almost always have a drama club, though.
Okay,
So sometimes
like,
there's
if they don't have a
commingling.
Glee Club, they have like a rough equivalent. My school had a ham bone club, and that's so much better than Glee. They can
Ham
absolutely
bone.
kick any Glee club's ass.
I'm sorry, a what?
Ham bone.
Ham bone.
What's Hambone?
Ham
It's like that
bone.
slapping thing.
I'm doing it. You can't hear it, but I'm doing it.
Yeah, you can't do it, but I'm also doing it. You
It's
can't hear
like
it, but I'm also doing
rhythmic clapping, slapping.
Oh,
it. Just on whatever you
that.
happen to be nearby.
I
As
don't
a
understand.
46
It's like beatboxing without your mouth, basically.
oh,
As a 46-year-old teen, I would like to apologize to all old dudes on behalf of the teen generation for decades of gangsterism and nonsense.
I would never apologize for gangster rap or nonsense.
No, it wasn't gangster rap, it was gangsterism.
Well, I'm not sure if I would apologize for that. Probably not. just gonna take a wild guess and say I would not apologize for that either.
Just looking at the new Dan Henschel post.
Why does that name spark like an unknown dread in my heart? I don't know, but I feel
It's
like
the
I feel like I hate
I
him.
love feeling
without knowing
nameless
anything.
dread.
it's the guy who
Same.
like screams in his car and is like, "My students are all morons." Like it's one of his various bits.
Oh, it's a content creator. Got it. Next.
Yeah.
I love
This guy of
I
now.
love content.
I'm sorry. I
Hello.
just realized there was a good draw tweet that I missed over the past couple weeks.
Oh.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Hovering over his shoulder with my pants down while the 86-year-old landlord unclogs my toilet for the third time this week.
Are you sure
I'm
you
here.
didn't read that one last week?
I'm sure because it didn't exist last week. Also,
I'm
I wasn't here
now-
last
No.
week.
I'm now scrolling down Drill's feed.
It's like I think I read that one out.
I'm like, I've heard it. How have I
Aw,
heard it?
Someone brought that one up.
Chromes is taking over Fanboy's steed in his absence.
Oh
Sorry.
no!
Holy shit, that rocket launcher.
The rocket launcher hit me literally before my character had time to like turn on.
Yeah, because that's how this game works. Because it sucks.
I'm just going to see if I can win regardless.
Did you just
but-
do? Did you just do a fucking Sailor Moon transformation into a werewolf?
Yeah. What?
You
How
have
do
to
you
do
think
that
that
every
somebody
time you
becomes a
start a
werewolf?
combat.
How far behind are you?
I don't know, man. I just came back after like an hour. I don't know how long I was gone.
And we can
You were
just
gone for
see
at
that
least
you're
half
playing
an hour.
Zelda again because we got a notification.
Oh, sick!
was-
I'm gonna
it was on
turn on my
stream.
Switch again. See how long it takes to show up. That'll be on my test. It just told me how many friends are online, so now I'm looking at your screen. Holy shit, that pixelated explosion. Any minute now. Any minute now. God, hurry the fuck up. I hate to wait.
I like that my health got restored after a bridge exploded on me. That makes perfect sense.
I think this side quest dude in Zelda that I'm playing, wants me to summon a pea hat, which is an insane thing to want.
A pea hat?
That's the gigantic bladed
The flying pineapple.
plants.
Oh.
Yeah, it's been called Pea Hat since the first game. I'm not
It's
certain where that
not
came
what you-
from.
It's a very stupid name. I love it.
Pea
I
hat.
genuinely don't know if that was like a attempt at like localization or something, or
I honestly don't know either.
Behold the
Pea hat.
piss hats.
No, it's spelled
I
PEA, like the
I'm gonna-
vegetable.
Nope.
My
I mean,
brain
you're
did go in
correct.
two different directions. One was the urine catcher that they use in the hospital, which is called a hat at times, and the other
Unusual.
was that it was some sort of. I work in the medical field. That's where my brain went first. The other is that the something akin to like a peacock and a peahen. It was just a hat that had peacock feathers on it, maybe.
Sure.
Peacock. It's a peacock wearing a particularly fetching hat.
It's like, oh, how jaunty.
Yeah.
No, like a hat with feathers on it.
No, I'm just saying. Like, I'm giving my opinion.
Oh,
I want to see
No,
a peacock wearing a fancy hat.
that's
As
very
do
true.
I.
It is a hat for birds.
Yeah.
Bird hat.
I can sell that. I can make that Kickstarter.
Bird.
I can make that Kickstarter.
I can finagle this,
I can finagle a bagel.
Make it happen.
Banang.
as can I.
Banang.
I do really like New Zelda. It's I am upset that I hate its central mechanic as much as I do, because everyone else seems to enjoy it.
It's somewhat divisive.
The people I see talking, so just Peklo really, at length forever.
A mysterious buzzing in my ears. Moving on. I'm enjoying finishing out Ace Attorney Investigations 2 now.
Just going to post the
I'm glad
latest
for that.
Dan Henschel tweet.
Let me see. I will click this, but I will click it in duress. No, I've changed my mind. I'm not clicking that.
He's like, my newest character is the one I've been most afraid of all along. Me. You can
Not
just
true of us
see
all.
where he's like. He was
feel
wearing
like
like Joker makeup and it's still like stained on his face.
The entire courtroom groans at my shit.
What if the Joker was purple and green?
Oh. Is anyone else planning on seeing the Joker sequel that's coming up?
Nope.
Well, yeah, dude.
Nope.
Nope.
And
I
I
am.
didn't see the
purposefully listened to, I don't know, the worst rap songs that humanity has ever made.
You will instead be listening to Jedi mind tricks for 3 hours on loop.
Well, that's a weird midpoint because, like, if you get into like their guest stars, they actually get incredible.
All guest verses will be removed.
Well, that's just cruel.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
I'm just it's like, no, you're gonna listen to the shortest Just Allah album on repeat. It's like that's like 31 seconds long.
You'll
Just a
memorize
law.
the entire album, buddy.
Man, like, here's the fucked up thing. I have so many Jedi mind trick songs. I cannot remember a single Just Allah verse.
Where's Army of the Pharaohs?
See, AOTP though, that's got like every super talented guy you've ever heard. Ever.
And somehow we have a mix that just has Vinny Paz's verses.
I will not lie.
Like Vinny
deep,
Paz supercut.
deep in the pit of my soul, I have nothing but unironic love for Vinny Paz because he always knew exactly what he was and he went for it anyway.
Oh yeah. No,
Also, you just
100%.
love shouting Pazman?
Pazman.
What?
The dude sounds, looks, and to a certain extent acts like a Muppet. I have to assume that's just his most authentic self. And he
He
decided
escaped from
he
the
was
cast
going
of
to
Muppets
be
tonight.
the hardest, rawest rapper of all time. And
Wait, I thought
I
the
can't
Muppet thing was
argue that
I
he's
thought that
not.
was my purview.
I
We
can't.
can- there can be more
you're-
than one
you're
Muppet.
also a Muppet.
Kelly, you're a
But you
different
didn't
kind of
devote your
Muppet.
life to rap.
There's just,
Oh God! What
there's
did I?
just something so captivating about the dude.
Oh shit! I'm trying to remember exactly. That lady I ran into at Walgreens was having like a screaming argument about drinking ginger tea until you shit yourself.
What?
That's a nightmare.
I mentally named her a pun on Stoop, the enemy of mankind, and I'm trying to remember what exactly it was.
Fuck.
You're trying to remember a joke from inside your own head that occurred,
That's
referring to a
that
lady that
reminds
you
me.
met
I
once.
need to put together an entire like new Outer Heaven cast just so I can make the intro song for the buffer period. Transition of Power by Stoop and MOP.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, the boys are dead. Yeah, I knew that. Fucking incredible.
Have any of you seen the new Beetlejuice movie?
I
I
have.
have not.
Beetlejuice.
I've heard good things, but I have not seen it.
I have also heard good things, but I've not
I
seen
saw it. I enjoyed it. It could have been better, but it could have been worse.
That's
it. It could have been much
That's
worse,
very
given that it was a 30-something years later sequel.
Yes.
some
I don't know, I'm
movies
gonna
just
see it
do
on
not need to
Saturday.
exist.
No, it wasn't Stoop, the enemy of mankind. It was an Icon, the verbal hologram joke.
That's so much better.
Yeah, I called her Icon, the fertile moneygram.
Wow.
Yeah, no, because that was what, because she had an accent. Yes, her accent was the exact midpoint of Vinny Paz and Cheech Marin, and I felt racist just listening to her. I'm like, oh no. But also, she was screaming into a phone about drinking ginger tea until you shit yourself.
I mean, I probably wouldn't do that, but I mean,
She shitted
I
on
respect
herself
it.
3 times.
Or
She said basically she shit on herself 3 times from drinking that ginger tea.
That is too many.
Jesus.
that sounds very unfortunate.
Yeah, you know.
I don't recommend it.
Later that night, she was she was loudly explaining that you cannot turn off all the lights in your apartment at the same time because it gives the devil room to hide.
That is true. That's
How-
actually the way
I
it
won't
works.
ask.
And around this woman.
I don't know. But part of it was I felt like a certain completeness listening to this monologue. Like, it was precisely the exact amount of crazy I needed in my life at that moment.
Fair enough.
Like a gift from God.
Absolutely, just a perfectly shaped. It was like that old Shel Silverstein, The Missing Piece. You know, it was the proper shape.
Okay, so in that vein, the strangest question to ever come up on a work meeting that was not work related from an external party. We get on a call this afternoon, and the first thing that the guy on the other side says or asks, and we get no context for the question. Do they sell apricots in a non-dried form?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear a word you said. I was listening to Transition of Power.
Do they sell?
Do they sell apricots in a non-dried form?
Yeah,
That's
I've never
crazy.
seen
Why
them.
would you do that?
Not even that. It's why would you ask people on a work-related call about this with absolutely no context? Because now I want to know why the hell he was asking.
fair.
But also, buddy, go to the grocery store.
Yeah. That's typically
Ask
where you get
about
fruits
it.
and vegetables.
No, there's people there.
They might judge my apricot question. Now, okay,
What's even
this was a work
worse-
call, so I'm going to ask: was this somebody who was, so to speak, above the people who were in the call, or like even?
even?
Okay, because I have seen a weird thing of, I don't even think it's a conscious move of proving you're like above the other people involved, but just the thing of people who are in charge asking the weirdest questions of just what they happen to be thinking at that exact moment, because if they want to derail the meeting, they absolutely can, and they're going to.
Oh yeah, yeah. No,
Some people-
Honestly, I think it was like one of those conversations that you're having in the kitchen during lunch, and then it just follows you, and now you know. This is my assumption, but it was just like that
those
is
are
the
the most
like a
weirdest.
cursed
reasonable
conversations.
He was
those are
already
the-
late getting on the call anyway. This was weird.
So
Because he was
also
looking for
did he
apricots.
interrupt the call to be like, "Hey, I know I'm late, but I got a very important question."
Pretty much. That's pretty much how that went. And I'm just sitting there because this was a video call, and I have been to this office, and there's a grocery store right next door. So, like, really? Really?
He's just tormented. He's tormented by his
Apricots.
by having the answer so close and yet so far.
Yeah.
Right? There's a grocery
Torturous.
store on one side and a Dunkin' Donuts on the other, so.
I love it.
Why wouldn't you use both of those things to their fullest extent?
Right?
That's why God gave us grocery stores and Dunkin' Donuts.
There we go.
I will say, every time I've gone to that office, I've gotten Dunkin' Donuts for lunch, so.
There you go.
Get that Duncan. Get that Duncan. God, I sorry. It all comes back to Don Carnage for me. He was voiced by a man named Jim Cumming. I just
Right, you guys were talking about Don Carnage, and then I'm like, I went down a Jim Cummings rabbit hole, and I'm like, is there anybody in the Disney universe he hasn't voiced at this point?
Nope.
Hopefully not.
Nope.
yeah, he's very good. He's very
Don't
good.
look up his personal life.
Oh,
Correct.
Whose
no.
personal life?
What do you do?
Jim Cummings.
Yeah.
Don't.
Is he a sex pest or a wife beater?
Yes.
Ah, lovely.
Oh God. I hate that, like, I just Googled him and like it gave me like the image of his face, and I just said, yes, obviously. Both. That's
Well,
not
he's-
fair. That's not fair to people in general.
I mean, particularly given
Like,
he was
holy
responsible
shit.
for
When you
everyone's
look at his
childhood.
face, you're like, yes, obviously.
That's why he's a voice actor.
In 2019, they became involved in an acrimonious custody dispute, which Cummings won.
Oh Lord.
Oh boy.
Well, he's probably got more money than like should be allowed.
Probably.
All
I
I
don't know.
can
Voice
say,
actors aren't usually given more money than should be allowed, but given how much
Yeah.
he's
I was
done,
about to say, but
maybe.
he was prolific. Like he never
Yeah,
stopped working.
he's
Prolific,
never
and Disney,
stopped,
I think, generally has better pay rates than a lot of things.
typically
don't.
speaking.
I was gonna say, like, don't mind your expectations, because like doing
That is true.
incredibly
Disney can
well
be
as a
incredibly
voice actor
cheap.
can mostly just mean like you don't have to do anything but voice roles. Like you're not, you're not
Yeah.
Busting
traveling the
cables.
country next
Unless
to.
you're on The Simpsons, you probably still have to do a lot of work.
Let's
Yeah.
not forget the tragedy of Andy Merrill.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Well, I mean, anything on Adult Swim was extremely non-union, like even more so than usual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like-
non-union and just basically
But like
every
it is extremely fucked up that the voice of Brack is now an Amazon delivery driver.
He has actually improved in a manner of speaking. He's gotten to a point now, thanks to basically support from the internet, that he's able to make some extra money off of basically doing Brack puppet shows.
Okay, good.
Which
He
sounds
feels like a guy who
ridiculous,
should
but
be
it's
like
better
raking
than
it in on
movies.
Cameo.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he feels like a guy who should be like just absolutely rolling in it, and no, he was driving delivery for Amazon. That's
But yeah, no,
That's
a lot,
bleak.
a lot of
There's no-
those
there's no like version of that doesn't suck.
like commentaries and stuff for the Adult Swim shows. It really does sound like it was a work environment where they were essentially being told like, you suck, but we're going to let you keep doing this. And
really hate
like
that.
it was something that
They
was
were,
like
all of it was paid for out of someone's hip pocket.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it was something that was setting the entertainment world on fire in some ways. It's just like they
Adult
were
Swim had a huge cultural impact,
Right.
but like
Yeah.
also, I don't know. It was part of it was the fact, like especially like back in the early days, like when I was in college, that it was made on the cheap, and it was obviously made on the cheap,
Yeah.
and that contributed to like some amazing moments, like all of 12-Ounce Mouse seasons 1 and 2 will
Mhm.
forever like be at the forefront of my brain because they were just so fucking different from anything I'd ever seen. But all of those guys probably got paid like $8 and some bus tokens. And that
Yeah.
sucks because they
Out
did
of my
something
way.
amazing
Drunk as hell.
and they got nothing for it.
yeah. Who even were the
Mhm.
voice actors on that?
I don't even know. I know that I think Rooster was played by the lead singer of the band 9 Pound Hammer, which I bought all of the albums for after watching that show. They're great. I love them. But you know, that's like $18. That's not like making dents.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what was the initial question there?
I don't even know.
Yeah, I was talking about great voice actors from the Adult Swim era, who made no money and got no residuals.
I think my favorite like stupid voice acting thing that happened in like all of Adult Swim history was the final season of Squidbillies, where Unknown Hennessy like went on like a weird racist MAGA rant on Twitter, and Adult Swim immediately fired him, as they
Wow.
damn well should. And it was kind of crazy because had you seen Squidbillies, like was he the only person not in on the joke? That's kind of amazing. So instead of like trying to find somebody that could like almost do his voice like they did when it turned out that Justin Roiland was a piece of shit and they needed someone else for Rick and Morty, they instead hired Tracy Morgan, who sounds absolutely nothing like him and did not even try to like do any voice other than just Tracy Morgan.
Well, Tracy Morgan can more or less only do Tracy Morgan, or like Tracy Morgan but high, which is Tracy Jordan.
And the way they introduced him was they just had like Early Kyler just speak for the first time, and then immediately did a huge like splash scream saying, "Introducing Early Kyler as voiced by Tracy Morgan." Deal with it.
That's how the soaps used to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, and it was just like, no, he's Tracy Morgan now. And like they, as stated, they did not even try. He did not even attempt to imitate Unknown Hennison's voice at all. It was just, no, it's Tracy Morgan now.
Yep.
Fuck you if you have a problem with it.
Moving on.
I'm not thinking
Yeah.
about how good George Lowe's voice is.
George Lowe is incredible. Is he doing all right? Oh God, is he dead in the
He's
ditch
still around.
somewhere?
Yeah, he's still around.
He's
He
still
was
around.
he was recently on an episode of whatever that one Hanna Barbera thing.
Jellystone.
George Lowe.
He
let's
was in
see.
Jellystone as Space Ghost.
Well, that's awesome, but like, I thought he had like some serious health problems recently. And I really hope.
He
I mean,
seems to
he's-
still be around.
He's not a young man, but he is definitely still around.
Let's see. Born in. When was he born?
57.
Okay, so 66 years old. That's not young, but that's not
67.
like about to keel over from old age either.
You sound like you have something to say.
Say something. Say it.
Do you?
I was thinking of the song "Marry Me, Archie."
Terrifying. Yet.
Word association. The
Intriguing.
horror of word association means that I'm now thinking about the fucking like TV movie featuring fucking like balding dad age Jughead rapping fucking sugar.
How do we
Sugar by
get
the
back
Emojis.
on this?
Certain things.
I thought we
Certain
had
things are
rules.
There
Oh,
are
I got to
no
bring up
rules.
joking again. I get to bring up this.
You have no right to rape law.
The Joker.
This is the musical equivalent of joking.
Yeah.
Sugar.
Oh yeah.
This doesn't
I
go in
just
kick-ass
had
music
dinner.
because it is not at all kick-ass.
It should
Damn.
go in sex too.
Sex 2.
That's right. We're talking about Jughead's love life again. We're back on that.
Again? We
It's
never
happened
left.
before.
This guy had like the worst haircut I've ever seen in my life.
Okay. Don't let this happen.
I got holes to dig. I like how we've managed to get up to the dwarves in each of the mana games we've played.
Oh my God.
We
This is the worst sentence I think I've read this year, which is King Caffeine accuses wife Diva Jilly of cheating on him with Moon Moon.
That's
stop
none,
making up celebrities.
none of those words. are in the
Lights
Bible.
out for
Goddamn
Bat
you,
Boy?
Moon.
I think Moon might be in the Bible. I'm gonna be real with you.
The moon is probably in the Bible. Sure.
Just a
Do you have it?
What?
Gots.
Bring back the aggro crag.
Your story.
Just like any of that being said in response to nothing.
Yeah, I have to imagine the thing that made people go the extra mile on Guts was the realization that having a chunk of the aggro crag in your dorm room would make you the most desired individual in your freshman year.
Yeah, that's right. I want a piece of the aggro crag.
I will state, I don't know.
As do we all.
I looked this up recently because I was on a Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure kick. But apparently Nintendo Power gave away a Bill and Ted phone booth.
Yeah.
And whether or not it was like 100% verified, there was a dude online who was claiming that he was the one who won that, and he just used it to have sex in. Like, that was like the
What else would you fucking?
Oh my God.
What else would you do with it? Like,
Yeah, no,
what
seriously.
other? What
There's
other?
no practical use to have a replica phone booth of a replica phone booth.
Seriously, like, what other like practical application does that have? You gonna fucking put that in your kitchen and like use it as a conversation piece? No.
You are going to have sex with some of the most regrettable individuals ever to draw breath, and you're just going to keep doing it
Like,
because
you're gonna have like the weirdest experiences a human has ever had. Because like the audience that self-selects for yes, I will fuck just for the chance to fuck in a fucking like phone
Bill
booth
and
from Bill and
Ted
Ted
phone
is
booth.
extraordinarily strange.
Yeah, like
You
that's a very limited like
Do you
circle.
figure
right there.
there's any chance, like, you're just having a normal date with somebody,
No.
and then you get
No.
back to the bedroom, and it somehow hasn't been mentioned yet that there's a phone booth sitting in here, and
No,
you
no.
know.
This is what happens. This is what happens after this guy has been using the Bill and Ted phone booth to score, the worst, the worst sex. Just like on a
Like that would not be a comfortable place to have sex either. Like this,
no.
there would be no getting into any sort of like reasonable position by which to have any sort of joy in this.
Let
Reasonable.
us
That was my immediate
be
thought. How do you fit two people in a phone booth?
Very awkwardly.
College
Very
students have been doing that
awkwardly.
for decades.
But
College students have
I
been
don't know.
trying
Phone
like
booths
shit
didn't
like that
exist by the
since
time I was in college.
college existed. Oy.
and then but then he's like, no, I've got to turn my life around. I can't just.
When I
can't just-
accidentally tipped over the phone booth while fucking, I suddenly realized that there was another path.
Yeah,
That's all there is.
I can't just be having standing intercourse with people who have headmates. Like
And
I've
that's
got
when I
do
went
some-
to the divinity school.
That's what and that is when like he's just on a date with someone and they come back to his apartment. They're like, "What? Why do you have a phone booth in your house?"
Don't go in
And-
there. There's like diseases that don't have names in there yet.
Yeah,
You
Yeah,
drown
get in
through
there.
time,
Experiment.
baby.
it's like, why do you still carry that? And it's like, why did Jesus carry his cross?
To be nailed to it. Why are we asking this question? This is very obvious.
Wait, is
Not
this,
to get nailed in
is
it.
this is this another sex metaphor? Because that means a relapse in this context.
Oy.
I'm sorry, I've fallen back into my old habits. I am fucking into headphones again. Forgive me, Lord, for I have sinned.
I'm just imagining like a guy just absolutely sobbing as he says that.
Yeah,
I didn't want
Forgive
to,
me,
but I
it's time
had
to go back to the old me.
You don't understand.
Go back to the
I hate when I go back to the old me, but the booth was there. It called.
You don't understand how many 35-year-old Jonan Vasquez fans I fucked.
Oh,
With
Lord.
the green goblin mask.
That's oh god. Oh
Yeah,
man.
it's screwed out of like the Green Goblin mask every time. He
Somehow
brings
it's
someone
talking
back
in
to his
the-
apartment.
Somehow it's talking in the George Carlin voice.
It's like, show her your gear impression. Sing the Doom song. That'll work. It's like, no.
What is the Doom song?
It's an Invader Zim bit.
Never mind.
It is the worst.
I assumed like you were going to be like just. I assumed you were going to start acapelling the Doom theme.
Oh, God.
Doom. MS DOS.
I am so horny right now.
That makes two of us.
All of us.
No.
Someone had to stand up and say, "No, I'm not horny because of the Doom music."
E1 M1 has not actually sent me into erotic reverie.
That sounds like a lie.
It's fine.
Everybody.
I've been set into enough erotic reverie for all of us.
Everybody, like when hearing the Doom theme, is immediately sent into like just another plane of existence.
Absolutely.
And eroticism.
That's it's like doot. Like the oh god, no.
No?
No, it's like I'm
Yes.
eating the doot.
Dude.
Here,
I
I'm gonna
know
drop this.
I know exactly what you're talking about, AV. I got it.
Yep.
Skull trumpet.
Oh,
actually-
dude.
In the same vein, I was actually just remembering the You're Correct horse. That was always good.
You are smart.
You are smart.
You are smart. I think I first saw that when Jay Tholen posted it, who now has published 3 separate video games, I believe.
And they're all
God,
good.
You're
Which
correct.
is wild.
Horse.
What
No,
are the
they-
3
they
games?
Dropsy,
Dropsy,
which
Hypnospace
is
Outlaw, and
what was the last one?
Because Hypnospace is
yeah,
gonna be
Slayer's
a-
X, Vengeance of the Slayer. Speaking
Oh
of
yes,
Doom,
okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I need to finish Dropsy. I really that game got to me like
No, yeah.
emotionally. It's kind of beautiful. It understands on a deeper level.
Good. Saxophone horse.
Nice.
Yo. Binging with Babish finally did Crocolash.
Terrifying.
Speaking of eroticism,
Wait,
so
excuse
I'm
me?
just reading this this link.
I'm just deeply concerned by your choice of how to pivot that conversation.
Speaking of,
So-
eroticism.
So
Speaking
you know
of-
Giannis Antetokounmpo, however you pronounce his name, NBA superstar, right?
Is the one that you keep talking about being the basketball xenomorph?
No, that guy's taller. But
Yeah, but now we all, now
but
we're
this
reminded
guy's-
of the fact that Matumbo just died, and I'm very
Oh,
sad.
Yeah.
about that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this guy's nickname is the Greek Freak.
The Greek
That's
freak.
Greek freak.
And then
My freaks and my Greeks.
I'm reading this
I'm a genetic freak. and I'm
Giannis
not
on-
normal.
Giannis on what it was like becoming a married man this summer. You asked me what my favorite part of the wedding was? My wedding night. After the wedding. That was my favorite part.
Of course.
Pretty
As a
straightforward.
guy,
Sleeping?
as one of 2 wife guys on this call, I'm not gonna lie. After the wedding, I was so exhausted.
Oh god, he's opening up by drinking the crab juice.
Oh God, no.
Oh God, don't do that. I remember being like disgusted when I found out that clamato is not something they made up.
Yep.
Huh?
Oh.
Clamato.
Why?
It's exactly what it sounds like. It's clam plus tomato.
Oh,
Why would you do that to a clam or a tomato?
I was about to say
Or
the
person
clam's
who
your
drinks
problem.
it?
Oh god, the michelada. Yep, the beer,
It is-
clamato, and Worcestershire sauce.
So
That sounds so
Wikipedia
disgusting.
uses the following unsourced claim. It is consumed in Canada, Mexico, and the United States to a lesser extent.
What is this?
To a lesser
To a
extent.
lesser extent.
Clamato.
Yeah.
God, I love Wikipedia. I love the Wikipedia voice. It's always hilarious to me when you don't see it very often, but when you do, it's so fucking funny, which reminds my vandalism remains intact.
You
In
said you were going to say it out loud. Now we're going to have to bleep it.
In 1935, the Clamato Corporation of New York produced clam and tomato juice in combination.
Delicious. Tomato clam juice cocktail. A drink,
Yes.
a drink
You've won.
consisting of tomato juice, clam broth, and salt.
that's evil.
Because the results of pouring the clam broth in were insufficiently salty, I guess.
So evil.
I
Clamato was
genuinely
produced-
have no idea. Wikipedia conspicuously in its history gives no explanation for why someone would have made this.
Well, that's the thing. This is the deal. This is what makes Wikipedia, in the end, a maddeningly incomplete educational resource. Is because it never gets into why. Wikipedia is the voice of Wikipedia is incapable.
Can only catalog what it is. It cannot say. It will never give a why.
It will never give a why. It contextualizes everything, but makes meaning for nothing.
I believe.
And-
So another
Frederick Nietzsche.
haunting sentence in this article, if you don't mind me interrupting.
Hit it.
Clamato is used primarily as a drink mix for alcoholic beverages. Parentheses, an estimated 60% of sales in the U.S. in 2008. So that means 40% were buying it to drink by itself.
Yes, just a nice
Ooh.
racing glass of
Maybe it
Clamato.
was a gift.
That can't possibly be right. I cannot imagine like drinking something like that without the explicit intention of becoming shit hammered.
Like this is as nightmarish as the time that I saw like that horrifying statistic that like shows up in like anti-STD ads. That's like, oh, like 70% of partners got genital herpes when their partner wasn't showing symptoms, and it
Mm.
just raises many questions about that last 30%.
Okay. So the Clamato was produced in its current form by the Duffy Mott Company in Hamlin, New York, created by Francis Lusky, a chemist who wanted to create a Manhattan clam chowder style cocktail by combining tomato juice and clam broth with spices.
I'm
They
gonna
named
drink
the
this
new-
Manhattan clam chowder.
Oh yeah, let's drink the Manhattan clam chowder.
You know, it's so
It's the
refreshing.
chowder.
I just wish I could ice it down and drink it on a hot day.
I feel nauseous thinking about it.
As
It's
do I.
genuinely disgusting.
As you
Like, please,
should.
I just ate. Don't do this to me.
As you goddamn well should.
And then there
Variant
is
Nutramato.
Well, since 2018, Keurig Dr. Pepper has sued several companies who have infringed on the Clamato trademark using the "mato" suffix to describe their version of the product. This is done in order to prevent the genericization of the trademark by making sure Clamato stays a distinctive brand name, as well as to preserve the brand image and identity.
Ooh.
It's too powerful. It's too important. We need to protect Clamato.
Mott's once produced a similar beverage named Beefamato, made from beef broth and tomato juice.
No.
Oh Lord.
No.
Ugh.
How is that worse than the clams? I don't know, but it just
I
immediately
would call that a
makes me-
totally lateral move.
it, like,
Beefy.
Easy.
like if
oh
you're
my-
drinking something that could potentially come out of a slow cooker, you're doing something wrong.
Either that, or I'm doing everything right.
Okay, kraut juice. Kraut juice is like pickle juice. Like in Russia, you're supposed to take a shot of pickle juice for every shot of vodka. To prevent
That'll
I
keep
would
your
drink
electrolytes
pickle
up, I
juice.
guess.
it's
keep your
supposed to
pickles up.
prevent hangover.
I mean, I've heard worse ideas.
It's called the pickleback.
Yeah, the pickleback.
No.
It's equal to Nickelback.
Just
I was
don't.
about to say.
I don't actually hate Nickelback, but there's no fucking way I will drink a pickleback. I drank exactly
Agree.
one. I was at someone else's wedding, and
Oh
I
yes,
was.
yes. I think I was.
You were there as well, Calscrim. You were.
I might have had the. That was also my first time
I
having
think.
a pickleback.
I think you and I were like in a competition to see who could get drunker.
And
That sounds about right.
now you're like, look at
I've
this.
seen that
photograph.
competition play out before, and I'm guessing beat one.
I'm very. I am very powerful. I am formidable.
Beat, I had to shepherd you both back after multiple times during your bachelor party. I know which one of you holds your liquor better. This is not like something you need to boast about.
I will boast about it.
If only.
So I'm
if
now
only-
wondering, did either of you drink a prairie oyster?
I hope not.
Oh,
I really hope not. That sounds disgusting.
Oh,
Do you not know what's in that?
I assume an oyster.
Nope.
No.
no.
Raw egg?
Raw
You
egg,
wish that-
Worcestershire sauce, vinegar
Ew.
and/or hot sauce, table salt, ground black pepper. A small amount of tomato juice is sometimes added.
Well, I don't think I have been blackout drunk exactly once in my life. All the other times, I am cursed to remember all the stupid shit I did. So no, I've never had one of those. It was the
Wow.
one time I was blackout
it's
drunk. I was
supposed
in
to
the
be a
comfort of my
hangover
home.
cure.
I was
I
gonna say,
doubt
it's
it
one of those
works.
things that's
I
supposed to help.
don't see that curing anything. I just see that making you miserable and hungover.
The first time that I saw it was in an episode of Cowboy Bebop.
Oh yeah,
well,
that would have.
do it.
Yeah, okay. I knew I heard about it someplace when I was younger, college age.
You just sent me a fucking. I know exactly what this is about.
Getting odd narrations here.
You're not gonna get any explanation until the
real
call
monsters.
until the stream's over.
Oh,
No
saucy.
context to Clark. So while we're talking about weird flavored things, did y'all hear about this Coke and Oreo mashup?
I saw
Yeah.
an
What?
image of that and decided that I hated it so much.
Okay.
Pepsi's better.
Did you taste it? I need to know.
Me? No. I've
Oh,
seen
speaking
Because I'm just
Is that
horrified by the
speaking of-
idea.
speaking of weird mashups, there's like this
Oh, no.
Beetlejuice soda thing. Like
I'm
it's
sure that can't be good either.
like it
It's
was
like when
this
you drink a ghost in Ocarina of Time.
Delicious.
It's like it was some sort of spiced green apple flavor.
Huh. Doesn't sound right to be carbonated.
Yeah, like it was kind of weird, honestly. Just sorry, like
I do have to say that I do want to try the Venom pizza.
Yeah, as far as the Coke flavored Oreos and Oreo flavored Coke, I've not heard good things about them.
Mm.
But seeing as I do not partake of the caffeinated beverages and have no intention of, yeah, I'm not spending my money.
You're
on
not
going
going
to
to start
Oreo.
there.
Yeah, and I'm
Like,
not, and I'm not going
kind
to
of-
spend money on a whole package of Oreos that I'm probably going to throw away. No, it's not
Like
happening.
you will not. It's like
If they
the
would
entire
like
sales
those
pitch
kinds
is
of
you-
novelty things, they should be putting them in packages of like 3.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
the absolute most anyone will ever eat.
Or you
I-
bring
I
them
mean-
to a party.
I was about to say, I think the plan is usually that you show up for a party with them, and then everybody.
Yeah, but if you
enjoys.
showed up to a party, where I was at with that, I would tell you to leave.
What,
Politely but firmly ask them to leave.
what is the thing you're bringing
Like,
to a party?
A package full of Coke flavored Oreos.
Okay, I saw Oreo flavored Coke today
Also, that yes,
at
yeah,
Yeah,
they're
7-Eleven,
that's
both
the corresponding product.
and I just sort of stared at it like in horror, and then
Yep.
bought Diet Mountain Dew because work was mind numbing and exhausting, and I needed something to keep me alive. Or well, let's put alive in air quotes there as well. But but like the idea of drinking a Coke that was flavored like an Oreo was too horrifying to even like consider.
Like it's horrible to countenance the concept.
I would
remember
absolutely
drank a
try it without
peep
paying for it, but
flavored
I was not going to buy that shit.
Oh, I've got peep
Coke.
flavored
Crumbs?
Coke in the next room, actually. The reason I do is because I bought it at Easter, had like one of them, and I've still got the entire rest of the pack.
Oh God, Goggle Bob, I say this with love. I'm going to break into your house and murder you.
But you can try
What
a
were you
peep
saying?
soda while you're here.
What were you
I
saying?
mean,
Crumbs?
I will because I won't be paying for it, and I'll be like, something to do. I'll probably get a fun story out of this. The time I murdered my best friend
I got a soda.
and got a free soda. Yeah, don't act like it all high and mighty. Oh, I beat said he's my best friend. You're all my best fucking friends.
I like that you had to immediately recover from
can
naming
have
me as your best
multiple.
friend. I see how it is.
Yeah,
Boy
but
knows
who
the
is,
score.
who is your worst friend?
well, obviously, it's you.
Damn.
That's not
Walked
even close
right
to
into that one.
That's absolutely untrue. Calscope, you are also my best friend.
That's
Also, like this
Yeah, Chromes, you get to be best
Beetlejuice.
friend too.
spice. Yay!
Beats
just
worst.
keep-
Beats
like
worst
the-
friend is Tiab, the nefarious version of Beats.
Tails, you're my
Negative
realist friend.
I love that
Crumbs
fucking
keeps trying to
comment.
say something.
Yeah, I needed to bring that back to your mind.
Really? No, I love
I
that
am.
dang push. Every time I
I
see
keep
that one,
trying
it
to
just
talk.
makes me lose my shit.
Let's let Crumbs finish.
Please go on, Chromes.
I gotta call it a night.
It's like
Good night, everyone.
Yeah.
Have a
Oh,
good
we're
night.
wrapping up soon here.
it's like I keep trying to talk about the Beetlejuice soda and getting interrupted. It's like
Yeah.
it was really weird.
I feel like that's an act from God.
It's like
Was it like a Jolly Rancher,
it was
but
like
in liquid form?
it was a mix of like it was like green apple, cinnamon, and it was also kind
Oh.
of spicy.
Oh no!
It's like
If it was
nightmarish
just green apple
combination.
soda, it makes me think that it would be like a Jolly Rancher,
I
but
mean, nightmarish is what I would
Makes me-
expect.
that does
Yeah.
accurate. 100%
And I
accurate.
also went to Denny's and got the Beetlejuice burger.
Oh, the one
Burger juice,
Beetlejuice
burger
burger
juice,
that-
burger juice.
that's like 3 different kinds of cheese. That kind of looks good, but also I have problems with my brain.
Denny still exists?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
It never stopped.
there's one right by the theater where I saw Beetlejuice.
Oh, okay. Well, all of the ones that I ever knew about are long gone.
You know, weirdly enough, we don't have a Friendlies in this area anymore, but we still have a Denny's.
I would not have believed that Friendlies existed if you hadn't just said it.
Friendlies still
Yeah, I have
exist
no
because
idea what that is.
they have one at a like not
Yeah,
local but
there's
vaguely
quite
local
a few of them.
like shopping
Yeah,
area.
It sounds like a fake thing that exists in like a sitcom.
They have closed a number of them, but they do still exist. Well, shit, Acme is an actual grocery store. While we're on
That
That-
sounds fake
that
too.
subject.
That sounds extremely fake.
Well, okay,
You
so
know, they should
growing
be
up,
selling missiles.
They really should.
right? Well, so growing up, having Acme as a grocery store locally, I was always confused when they didn't sell the stuff that Coyote was buying.
Right? Like, what the
I was
fuck,
very
man?
upset.
All right, we have successfully captured Gnome the Gnome, so I am going to call it for the night because that's about where we got to in Secret of Mana 2. So
Just say gnome.
that's how we're gonna go in Secret of Mana 2, the number. See how that works? Oh,
Secret of Mana as well.
Ha-ha! So, yeah,
Ha, ha, ha.
we're going to call it for the night. Everybody enjoy your mana, and next week we'll actually move on to the PlayStation.
I didn't enjoy it at all.
Too bad.
We all
Yay.
hated it, in fact.
Welcome back, mana.
We all despised it.
Good.
We are very
We
upset.
could be playing Ghost Trick and you're doing this shit.
Oh, yeah, we could be playing Ghost Trick. Anyway, good night.
Good night.